Use code MEH for 10% off.
Yes, welcome back to Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1, Part 3. On my end, anyways.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes. Welcome back to the Mehcast, and I'm going to have to repeat myself here. Well, repeat what Kevin said, because over on my end, I had not yet hit go live when he started.
I'm just getting the
Welcome back to the Mehcast.
Oh,
Sponsored by
boy.
Dubby.
With open bar.
Yep.
Yeah, at the very least, when I'm doing my streams off the Elgato, I'm not. I can at least look at the stream as opposed to having to be focused on one screen while being forced to completely ignore another. Because that is always been a problem with my emulated stuff, because I'm like, yeah, I've got no choice but to ignore it.
Where is... Okay. Well, that's just gonna stay there, I guess. I don't know why there's a repeat of the top. Well, that's not the top either.
Give me a sec.
I don't know what that is. There's a bar down at the bottom of the screen. Anyways. Yep. Just adjust my microphone here. There we go. Did you post the link yet?
I did in announcements.
Oh, okay. It didn't beep.
Sometimes it doesn't. Other times it does.
Bubba beep beep, bubba beep 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 beep. That's all, folks.
I still can't believe we're almost done with Young Justice.
Yeah.
No, wait, Young Justice Season 3, because we still got one more season to go. And it's even worse than the last one.
I look forward to sharing in your pain.
To feeling my pain.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am very certain.
Something else I needed to do.
What did you need to do?
I don't remember now.
Do you remember the 21st night of September?
Yes, I do.
Body, say, do you remember? I can't wait for one of those weeks to be the Monday night stream.
Oh.
Where all we'll be doing is just singing Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah, at the very least, this isn't as catchy as "Oh Snap, Oh Snap, come to our macaroni party and we'll take a nap."
What the fuck?
You've never seen Regular Show before?
No, it's just been a very long time since I heard that song.
na, 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 na. As soon as I'm done shilling this, I'm going to start doing things and explaining where I am right now. You know, the worst part is, because of how we're doing things on next week, we're probably not going to get to the news.
That's alright. The news was getting kind of stale anyways.
No. We're not only not going to get to the news, but we're also not going that week, but we're also not going to get to the news the following week. Because you know what we got to do? We got to commentate.
Oh, yeah. We got that Kingdom Hearts shit.
Yeah, we got a movie to do.
Movies? No, we are a strictly video game related channel. We definitely don't have an entire series of nearly 40 episodes dedicated to us watching movies. Technically, it's more episodes if you count the ones from the last channel.
Yes.
The Secret Origins, as I like to call them. I need to re-upload those to the main channel so that we can get some additional watch time on them.
Yeah. Anyway,
and then
so
re-record the Incredible Hulk one, Hunter. Maybe I'll just like sit by and record my half of that commentary again.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, you. What did you pick up? Oh, Charlie picked up an antidote.
Where's my phone buzzing? Oh yeah, by the way, I released a thing. Did you read said thing?
I haven't gotten to said thing due to the fact that...
That's alright.
You forget that I work.
No, I didn't forget it. I just figured I'd ask.
Hey, that's fine. I'm just kind of going to keep some shadow Pokemon around out in my party. Idiots try to get them purified.
Yeah, for those of you who are wondering, I have heavily bastardized both Resident Evil and The Last of Us. Check it out. It's called The Last of Us, Operation Raccoon City.
Welcome to OMS with Open Bar. All visitors are free to wander the OMS building and see our network in operation. My name is Meg with 2 G's, and I'm the official guide. Glad to meet you. True! This Shroomish is my friend. Isn't it cute? We broadcast TV signals all across the Ore region. I hope you'll take the time to see how we work. Cool.
Yeah. It's a really bad name, but I couldn't come up with anything better. The original draft was titled The Best of Us for some reason, and I have no idea why I did that.
You're the best around!
Well, yeah,
no one's gonna ever bring you down!
I had just recently rewatched The Karate Kids, so that might have had something to do with it.
Yep.
The best around.
Gizmo, you're here!
Yeah, I've been here.
You know, the worst part is that even though you said you were gonna be late, and I'm like, yeah, because my dad had to work out down here, or here I had to be late. Well, I went to the wrong guy to decipher information. Title Peace and Justice. Which half are you gonna end up reading?
Read Truth.
But Truth isn't part of the book.
Yeah, but it is part of And the American Way.
Oh, okay. And yet people will tell me that Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow is a better phrase. And I'm like,
Justice and a Better
no.
Tomorrow is fucking stupid.
yeah, it is.
That
It's
would
better
be like if okay, like if there was a different member of the Superman family who like didn't identify with the United States as much as Superman did, but fuck, Truth, Justice, and the American Way has been part of Superman's motto for like 80 years now.
I can't be a klepto right now.
I feel like Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow would fit another character, not Superman.
Yeah, like I said, it'd make
Probably
sense if you had like a British-based Kryptonian or something like that, and somebody who identified with Superman.
You
but didn't
mean Lord
identify.
Bravery?
There actually is a British Kryptonian.
Technically, yes. It's basically an Elseworld tale where Superman lands in the UK instead of Kansas.
Huh.
You guys have never heard of Lord Bravery? Are you?
The fuck is Lord Bravery?
Super teen extraordinaire, freakazoid, runs around in underwear, freakazoid. It rescues Washington, D.C., freakazoid.
He's from Freakazoid. Okay.
Unless there's something better on TV, freakazoid. His brain's overloaded. It has a chocolate coating. Textbook case for Sigmund Freud, freakazoid.
You better watch yourself. I'm gonna start editing Freakazoid into everything now.
Saying it again, the video might be advertising Freakazoid again.
Oh God!
I need to get the complete series of Freakazoid on like whatever it's available.
It's only available on DVD.
Yep.
Fuck. Well, I'll get it then.
And it's
I have the Zen Project on DVD. And Static Shack. Well, I have most Static Shack on DVD.
Static Shack?
Shack?
Static
no,
Shock.
Static Shack.
You want to know what the worst part is? Shaquille O'Neal is actually in Static Shock.
He is. He's a canon character in Static Shock.
Cool.
And guess what? Carl Malone is also
Kazam?
No. Carl Malone is also a character in Static Shock.
Oh, okay.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, there's actually a bunch of basketball players that appear in Static Shock, and they're not just random cameos. They actually
Yeah, they're superheroes. Like the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You want to know what the worst part is, Alex?
What?
If Static Shock is canon, then in any universe, that means all those characters are canon too.
DC is owned by Warner Brothers.
Yep.
Come on.
By the way, in case you're wondering, Ismo, the control arm using for this is actually the Smash Brothers game controller. Yeah, I'd gotten that with my copy of Smash Brothers Ultimate.
So I tried it. It's just fucking Sierra Mist with a different name.
What is?
You remember when they announced that they're going to be stop selling Sierra Mist as Sierra Mist? They're going to rebrand it into.
Oh, hello, Trudley and Foley.
Yeah. And it's just Sierra Mist with a different name.
Yeah,
I figured that was what they were going to do. Ah, fuck.
It's exactly that. Sierra Mist.
What did you fail?
Yeah.
Gonna retry that?
I didn't hit the start button fast enough, so I'm gonna have to, but yeah.
Honestly, the bottle design, it's all stupid. The name, the bottle design, the logo, I feel like this is out of place. I feel like you have to go into an elementary schoolyard to find this stuff. Like, if...
Well, I could never find Crystal Pepsi when it
That's
launched.
because, oh, dude, that's because everybody kept on buying it to scalp it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I worked at a gas station where nobody did that.
I saw literally one guy had a bottle of Crystal Pepsi when I was in college. And he got it from a vending machine outside his apartment building.
And
I never knew where that apartment building was. Never found it at a vending machine anywhere else.
That's because they released it twice for a limited time only.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, when they re-released it, it was like what they re-released it like
2016, 2017.
okay. They would have like taken advantage of the nostalgia craze and really.
I remember when they re-released Pepsi Blue. Pepsi Blue was fucking great.
Well, what about Crystaller Pepsi?
What the fuck?
As much as I want to try Pepsi Blue, need to come back. I feel like I should.
You guys do know that I'm joking, right?
I was hoping so.
About what?
Crystaller Pepsi.
That's obviously a joke.
What about Crystal Methzy?
Oh God!
Didn't they have cocaine as one of the ingredients? Didn't they have cocaine as one of the ingredients in Coke?
That wouldn't be yes.
Yeah, so wouldn't be surprised if they had meth in a soda.
Well, amphetamines were a main ingredient in the chocolate bars that were given to German soldiers back in World War II, so...
Wir jogging to chocolates, yeah?
Yes. The chocolate is full of meth.
You are the...
It will make you fight better, yeah?
You are the... How do the Americans say? Motherfucker.
God. What am I listening to right now?
Two wild and crazy guys.
You ever notice that the Nazis were kind of stupid to think that Germany taking over the world was a good idea? That means that they would have no place to get like their favorite American shit.
Well,
like it's one thing if you're like you. It's one thing if you want to take over the world and be like, and you want to keep everything the same but under your rule, but they want everything German. Are you sure about that, bro? I mean,
well, they
really
never thought anything through, honestly.
Like, imagine you have to eat fucking beans every day for breakfast. You sure you don't want to switch it up with cereal, bro? Like I had the beans too many times. I need a refresher. Oh, what do the American pigs call it? Cereal. Give me some Cheerios. Give me some Cheerios. I'm about to blow. Too many beans.
Beanza.
What do you mean?
Flaffy.
What do you mean we destroyed it all? Command from Hitler? If I had to blame him for anything, it was the destruction of a good breakfast. Now I must suffer the diarrhea.
Beans are not part of this complete breakfast. No.
Jonathis.
If you put beans in your breakfast, you'll be sent to the camps.
Give me those pancakes. I'm sick of beans. I am sick of learning mortars in my own bathroom.
Lady feels like crying. Well, cry about it. Wait.
Fuck, man, I would be streaming right now, but there's something weird going on with my Wi-Fi, man. Like, it just like, the paint, like, everything just drops like a fucking brick in a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I remember I used to stream on Wi-Fi. That was not exactly a fun time.
The only reason I rely on Wi-Fi is because the router is too fucking far away.
Yeah.
It always ends up too fucking far away.
I had 100 rings!
And even when I did eventually get my own router for my previous house,
Fuck
it was
you.
a very, very what is that word?
Okay.
Like I was only able to connect
Sporadically.
60 and my Wii U. Everything else was either too far away or their Ethernet port. I can't even, and even right now, I can't even buy my own internet service because now.
What
You're
now?
cutting out.
Well,
I can't,
considering
I can't get
I'm
my own ether. I can't get my own ether. I can't get my own Wi-Fi or like my own Ethernet service because instead of like the coaxial literally being on the other side of the wall of my room, which is the reason why I was able to get a router in my room in the first place. It's now just across the house, which is very inconvenient.
I see.
Yeah, so even if I were to do the just drill a hole on the other side of the
Funny
the
you should mention
wall
that.
kind of thing, not only would it be welcoming shit from outside the house, but there would also be a wire going from outside the house into the backyard, into the back kitchen, into the second living room, connecting to that, and then I'll have an Ethernet cable from my room down the hall through the living room, through the dining room, and then onto the same router. It's like fuck all that
So
noise, man.
so Gizmo, you know what Rooster Teeth doesn't want happening
Well,
being on YouTube?
yeah, they auto blocked
I'll
one
try
of
living
a
out.
couple of the
Try living
videos,
out
but
helps.
I'm just gonna re-edit those and
They
upload them
basically
again.
they don't want us doing they don't want our reaction to SpongeBob versus Super Friends Aquaman and going public. They don't want on people to know that it's a good episode.
They don't want people to. I guess
You
this is
just put
just their.
random spikes all over the place.
I guess this is just their own way of coping with
No,
the.
there's nothing. There's nothing to it, and it's an automatic. It's an automatic copyright claim. And the second
their
I
own.
email them, it'll get sorted. It's just
It's their own way of coping the fact that people would rather watch two guys nerded out about who wins rather than a stupid a stupid team of teenagers going through Wonderland.
what?
Ruby.
Oh,
Because currently their upcoming season is just going to be that.
Fucking. Where's the shark?
Neverland.
Does anyone know where that shark is?
The shark they jumped. Wow, my Flaffy just killed a Bagon on with a single body slam.
Cool.
Not only did
What's a
they
Flaffy?
jump.
A Flaffy is an electric type Pokemon from Generation 2.
I don't care.
You have right there.
Even though you've been playing Gen 2.
Oh yeah,
I wish I was playing a good generation of Pokemon.
You are playing a good generation
Pokemon Ranger. Pokemon Ranger was great.
Pokemon Ranger is Gen 3.
sketch is going in well.
You know what? There's also 4th Gen. You could join me playing that.
I'd rather skip that and move on to Black and White.
Why? Hey, Gen 4 is great.
Black and White is really good, though. Black and White is actually...
I'm not disagreeing with you there. I'm not disagreeing with you there, but I'm just saying Gen 4 is great.
Especially because that was the one where they actually had half-decent animation rather than just still sprites. Okay. I've got 123 rings now. I need to not fuck this up again.
Would you like captions that say he proceeds to fuck it up again? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just making the jokes.
Okay.
Women are in a nature setting to be conquered.
139.
Boom, boom, boom.
52.
Oh, the speed test is bullshit.
I don't know how I'm streaming.
Start the podcast.
We've started.
161. Okay. Okay.
I don't know why that Machop thought using Karate Chop on my Flaffy was a good idea.
Got it through. Apparently the Iron Sheik is not happy about The Last of Us.
Who?
The wrestler.
What about the Iron Sheik?
The Iron Sheik is not happy about The Last of Us.
He watches that show?
Apparently.
Huh.
The Iron Sheik appears to be fairly in tune with pop culture at times, although I have heard rumors that account is run by an intern, kind of like William Shatner's account. William Shatner's Twitter account was funny at first, and now it's not, because it's very clear that that's not him.
And meanwhile, that intern had Shatner block me on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine how the Iron Sheik sounded like when he was ranting about Last of Us.
Oh, he just said, "Fuck The Last of Us" in all caps.
Fuck The Last of Us. He done no camel clutch. He did not do no camel clutch on no zombie.
I don't know what's worse, I don't know what sounds worse, that or Thor surfing on a nuke painted in red, white, and blue, and saying
Literally
"fuck Japan." Were you able?
The dirty dog is because you suck. You suck, Crash Bandicoot dick. And you suck
Neither
ass.
Neither of you guys are going to get what I referenced.
I didn't know.
It's a Shin Megami Tensei thing.
Okay.
Basically, Thor in Shin Megami Tensei is the president of the United States.
Lol, what?
Yeah.
Like, the actual, like... Thor?
Yes, Thor, or from... Yes, Thor, or an SMT, is the president of the United States.
Okay.
That's not the most outlandish thing I heard about in Shin Megami Tensei. Well, except if you play Devil Summoner, they call a character the black-haired girl as if black hair wasn't a common thing.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking weird.
You know what? Black hair is incredibly common, especially in Japan.
Yeah, especially Japan. Well, unless you got parents that are, foreign.
Yeah.
Then they'll force you to
speaking of The
diet.
Last of Us, I watched the latest episode of The Last of Us last night.
What was it?
Oh, it was still pretty good. There aren't as many zombies involved in this episode. There's mostly been, like, human shit, and this is the first encounter with the militia group, and funnily enough, it was also the first encounter that reminded me of the Uncharted games. Because it was like...
Of course.
That was very clearly Gabriel Morton, back when The Last of Us was announced as... I think it was originally supposed to be a movie. Back when The Last of Us movie was announced, Gabriel Morton said that he thought that a well-edited Let's Play of The Last of Us game would have already been, like, movie enough for The Last of Us. And this was where I kind of got the distinct sense that that he was really right about that. Because, like, the camera angles that everything was presented from, all of the, you know...
Oh, hello, Trudley and Foley.
The way they have, like, cover set up and whatnot, the way Pedro Pascal crouches against the truck and whatnot, that I really got the sense that they were taking an angle from the game and making it into the
Excuse me, gentlemen. And have you accepted Jesus as your personal savior?
Jesus Christ, who are you? What have you sacrificed?
Oh, guys.
What the?
Mirror B's making his entrance, and he's moonwalking in heels with a massive afro and a shirt that exposes most of his torso.
Huh.
He's no longer a Cypher admin, he's just wandering about. How about no? As tempted as I am to get down and boogie with you, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to beat you.
Well, Tokuso Sentai Deca Ranger released on DVD today.
And Mirror B is sporting a new theme music.
Quite unfortunately, it appears that Shout Factory is once again guilty of plagiarizing subtitles from fans, because they've rewritten a pre-existing subtitle for parts of Deca Ranger to make less sense. There are other more in-depth explanations of this, but
sorry, I'm vibing to this music.
Go check that out on Twitter. But basically, they took terms that pretty much only exist inside one specific fan sub and aren't the official terms, we'll say, and use that as the as their terms, and then they rewrote a sort of a guest sub of a certain monologue that one of the characters has to try and fill the space. And when people watched it, it became quite obvious that they hadn't done all original work on it. And then the DVD's released, and what are you doing to me, game?
That's unusual. A non-dancing Pokemon among a troop of dancing Pokemon.
Yeah, then the DVD released, and a bunch of people got copies that were damaged or destroyed in the mail. So, yay. Yay USPS, yay Shout Factory. Package your shit better.
No James.
Again.
Kamen Rider Black also came out on Blu-ray, and I have to say, Black and Ryuki came out on Blu-ray recently, and I have to say, Shout Factory and and Discotech, between Shout Factory and Discotech did a much better job because Ryuki is on like 7 Blu-rays and it's all right, but Black is on 5, and that means that it fits in a much smaller package, and it doesn't sacrifice any quality. It's basically 1-to-1 with the original Japanese discs. But with the, I think it's either 7 or 8 discs that Ryuki has, because with those 7 to 8 discs, that means that Ryuki has to take up a double width case. And Deca Ranger does too. Thankfully, they're not putting the Sentai on 10 discs like they were back in the early days. That's just a little bit ridiculous, but still not. They're still kind of bloating their releases, especially since like Ryuki's an upscale. It doesn't need a massive bit rate, you know? Can't wait for them to get to Kamen Rider Blade and just release it unchanged and have nobody fucking buy the Blu-ray. I think it was Blade. One of the Kamen Rider releases was terrible on.
Are we talking? Are we talking? Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
No, Kamen Rider Blade, not the.
Oh, come on!
Who? Come on, who?
Of course, the Voltorb, or Paralyzed by Teddy Ursa, when I'm using Lick on it.
Oh.
And yes, it is very beneficial that I keep Return on it, its initial move set, due to the fact that Return is a move boosted by a Pokemon's happiness level, and once it's and let's just say, since it's a physical normal type move, let's just say on what'll soon be its evolution, it's gonna be pretty powerful. Yes! Finally got some paralysis going.
Ralphie, what are you doing?
Wait, Ralphie? Who are you talking about? Oh.
He leaned against my door and opened it by accident.
Remind me, what breed is your dog again?
He's a Schipperke, a Belgian Shepherd.
Big or small?
Very small. Well, not very small. Small enough. He's about
I caught the Voltorb.
He's about a medium-sized dog.
So around my pit bull's height?
Oh, okay, so he's medium-small, I'd say, then. And because, I was gonna say, hey, that if you're talking, like, Borzoi or Wolfhound size, as those are, I'd consider those to be extra large. Have you seen Borzois? They're really fucking weird looking. Although they are quite sweet, apparently. Yeah, they were bred to hunt wolves, or take down wolves, apparently.
Aren't bulldogs usually strong enough to take on wolves?
Some bulldogs. Some bulldogs are just dumb and badly made.
Like,
dear God, and some of the shit that they put those poor things through in the breeding process.
Okay. So we got some important developments going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that might be.
No, on my end.
Yes.
There's a Pokemon I want to catch in the Rock Spot, which, if anybody knows me really well,
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
All right.
No. Bless you.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
Everything.
By the way, hey, this is Kevin Ridley version 2.0. Because we both have the same voice.
All right, so you guys remember that DC movies slate we saw a while ago, right?
Yes, and it got worse.
Yeah. Somehow, DC has released a different movie slate that is even worse than the one that we saw. Because I could honestly have believed that they'd be stupid enough to do what they did. Apparently, they're dumber than I gave them credit for. Because DCU will start with Part 1, Gods and Monsters. The following films have been announced. The films in this chapter are Superman Legacy, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, The Brave and the Bold, Swamp Thing, and The Authority. Apparently, The Batman 2 and Joker 2 are going to be released under the Elseworlds banner. What difference that is from the DC Black Label films they were already releasing, I don't fucking know.
So, in
James
other
Gunn-
words, not.
Yeah, so go ahead.
So, in other words, James Gunn is stupid.
Yes. James Gunn and Peter Safran also announced multiple new shows in their first DCU slate. Creature Commandos, Booster Gold, Paradise Lost, Waller, and quote-unquote Lanterns.
Waller, excuse.
Yeah, they're making an Amanda Waller show.
Why?
I don't know. Excuse me. Paradise Lost is apparently a Wonder Woman related show, although Wonder Woman is not in it.
That's stupid.
At least as far as I can tell. The Lanterns will have Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart in it, and honestly, like, at this point, I kind of wonder, like, what the fuck? What the fuck was even the point of leaving Green Lantern out of, Why did you force Zack Snyder to not have Green Lantern in
Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Yeah, why couldn't you have Green Lantern in Justice League? Like, what was the point of that?
Because they wanted Martian Manhunter.
Why has it taken so fucking long for us to get any Green Lantern content? I know the movie didn't do that well, but Jesus Christ.
Didn't do that well as a gross understatement, Alex.
I don't care. It's not really relevant. Fuck, I had 145 rings. Here, but
okay, based on what I pitched to you, how do you feel about the way I've written Brainiac 5 compared to the Supergirl show?
You know what? I gave up on the Supergirl show, so I don't know how he was written in that.
Well, he was just basically a guy with gadgets.
Yeah, that's not Brainiac. Why did you even bother? You could have... Actually, no, they had a guy who was just gadgets already. His name was, Win. Or... Win Schlott. The Toymaster Jr.
Gizmo, you still with us? Nope. Never mind. I see it. He muted himself for a little bit.
The Batman Part 2 is coming in 2025. That's too long. Should not be taking this long between movies.
No.
DC is once again having the exact same problem they've always had, where there is this giant gap between all of their sequels and all of their, well, all of their everything. And it's just, they don't follow through on their promises. They don't wind up making their movies in any reasonable amount of time. And they just fuck up so much. Yeah, Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad cast are sticking around, apparently, including James Gunn's wife. Everybody, everything that we predicted was gonna happen has happened, so, you know.
Well, it turns out the poker radar went off, so I gotta go check it out. Oh. Which means I gotta run. I gotta climb.
Fly.
Come fly with me.
See,
Fly away,
Mason
fly
gets
away.
it. I was making a SpongeBob reference.
I
Fly.
do. I know.
Wolves.
I was waiting for you to say you gotta jump. Jump. I don't want to go to sleep yet. Hey, check the broadcast chat.
Oh, hello, Zubat.
You got to
Guys,
roll
Guys,
with
check the broadcast
punches
chat.
to get to what's real.
Check the broadcast
So
chat.
standing
Other-
here, I got
I
my
can
back
see it.
against the record machine. Oh yeah, I've seen that before. I ain't the worst that you see.
I'm watching you, alright?
Oh, come on.
I'm
Yeah, Alex-
Native American. I'm Cherokee.
Yeah, yeah.
What I missed, I went out to get a snack.
We were talking about the fact that that there was going to be a reboot of King of the Hill, and I'm
Well,
like,
no, it's not a reboot. It's a revival. Well, let's say,
Okay.
So are they going to continue on and like have like a fast forward kind of thing where it's like Bobby's now grown up or something, or what?
no news. That okay? Let me check this out. Oh, let's see here.
It was also saying it can't be any worse than the Proud Family reboot, and we were talking about the They were talking about the Black Lives Matter shit that was in it,
Apparently,
and I was
Futurama's coming back at Hulu too.
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I have to say something about the Proud Family. I was actually a really big fan of the TV show back then. I mean, yeah,
Huh.
the animation was like really, really varied
Okay,
considering.
so the Deadline article about King of the Hill has no specifics. They're just saying, and yeah, we're working on it.
Well, as long as
I'll
Mike Judge
believe
is
it
like,
when I see it.
as long as Mike Judge is involved, I have faith in it.
He is.
Yeah. By the way, when is Idiocracy getting released on Blu-ray, guys?
I thought it was.
No.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Idiocracy. Didn't Asa talk about that movie once when
I think he
him
did.
and
Yeah.
Emily were shooting? Damn it! Get off my keyboard.
That dang cat.
That darn cat.
Oh, dang it, catty.
Biff Tannen was in that movie.
Odd.
Biff
yeah,
Tannen was in a lot of stuff, though.
I have to say, the new Proud Family cartoon, it didn't really go for a BLM outright, but it did have like hints of it. Like they have this one character who's like very let's say Diet Huey, considering it's also the same voice actress.
They
They
brought
have
out
There's all kinds of
back.
fucked up in this game.
also in the second season it just came out, they bring up stuff like how a black student is like interested in only white girls, and how one of the baby characters is got autism.
What the fuck?
Okay, so hold on. So in the show, there are these two characters that are called BB and CC. CC's the girl, BB is the boy. In the Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, there's supposed to be some sort of like uh age fast forward, like a fast forward on their age, because it has been years since the show was a thing. Same thing happened to BB and CC, I guess. I guess they're two now. The thing is, though, they realize something's wrong with BB because instead of shouting or anything like that, being on top of a shelf, being on near the roof of a museum, trying to get tickled, it's having a body temperature change with ice cubes on it. He responds to none of it. Like, he'll literally laugh at danger. He has no reaction to hot or cold or tickles, that kind of thing. And so they were wondering, oh, okay, yeah, this is something else. Take this baby to this doctor instead. So they go to the doctor, and they realize that while the girl is completely fine, the boy apparently is on the spectrum, which is why he doesn't respond to stuff as normally as the other characters. And so it gets into this thing where what was his name again? Oscar, the dad, is very
on the show.
Yeah, he gets very defensive about the fact that he's being called autistic. He was like, "So what? You call my boy stupid? You a quack? I knew it." I'm like, "Oh, damn, okay." That's not I thought he was going to be like, "Oh yeah, you killing me." Oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
I thought it was going to be like, "Oh yeah, you funny." No, he outright just goes ham on the doctor. He was like, "What? You call my boy stupid?" I'm like, "Ooh."
Oh man,
it's like a touching thing because like you see like the mom and the dad are like really struggling what to do because this info came out of nowhere, and it wasn't until Oscar lost the factory that made Oscar Proud snacks that he decides to put the BB, the baby boy character I'm talking about, into a special ed school or a special ed class because he figured out himself he can't watch over him and work at the same time, because the reason why he lost his job is because he literally had to rescue the baby as he was almost gonna get crushed by one of those snack machines.
Oh yeah, I thought you said that. I thought you were going to tell me that he lost the factory because nobody liked his shitty food.
Well, someone's buying them. There's a reason why he's still in business. People are still buying them for a reason.
Sadly
Felix.
sadly we don't have that running meme from the earlier stuff of Proud Family.
I wouldn't mind trying them if they were a real thing, but in the show, it looks like there are people who. But in the show, both the new and the old, it looks like it's a hit with I think Pakistani people. Like they outright love the stuff. Pigs outright love the stuff.
Felix uses it as landfill.
Right. Like there's a lot of people buying this stuff, so there's a reason why he's in business. But he lost a factory because when he was saving the little baby, that also led to a chain of events of the factory itself breaking down because he had to rescue the baby. So now he had to put him into I was going to say home for a second there. So that led him to deciding, yeah, I'm just going to put the kid through a special needs school. But then there's but then they have like a 180 thing where once everybody's turning away, you see the kids in the class having superpowers and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the end.
That's
stupid.
Sounds like an episode of The Boys Diabolical. More than
It was like everything's like going hunky dory. It was like, oh, your baby's got autism. What the hell are you saying? He's stupid. No. He's just special. He perceives things differently. Well, I ain't gonna pay for shit. Like, let's go. I'll take care of the baby. Okay, oh my god, taking care of the baby led me to being jobless. Put him into school now. Okay, I'll see you. Bye. And then the door is like slowly closing. BB starts floating. Another baby starts shooting thunder out of his fingers, and then it's perceived that special needs to have our superpowers. I'm like, what the fuck?
So it's the Predator.
I guess.
Oh my god, I knew it. That's what I was gonna say. So it's the goddamn Predator movie?
No,
Yeah,
not-
the Predator
not the
movie.
Predator
It literally
movie,
had
the Predator.
the Predator, the reboot, the one where they're fighting like a giant predator. This one has apparently autism is a superpower.
That's
Can I
absolutely
jump, please?
retarded.
Apparently not.
Like, it's one thing if like a special needs kid is the only one that could understand a certain language or something like that, but to outright say, "Oh, it's a superpower," it's like, what the fuck are you on?
Look, I've criticized how glorifying autism is ridiculous this
Doesn't make sense.
before,
Yeah.
and this is again the same issue as the Predator.
This is rubber bandy as fuck.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
There is another episode of Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, where the girls bitch about the fact that the new black student is only interested in dating white girls, but I haven't seen that episode yet.
And then there's also the one where they start this stupid musical number about how
Musical numbers addressing the audience. They need to fucking stop.
yeah, they were doing like the slaves built your nation, blah blah blah, and I'm like,
Factually incorrect.
no, it's not factually correct.
Took only until slavery for us to build good shit.
Yeah, but don't say factually. That word hurts SJWs, guys. We don't say
Fuck that noise.
fact.
And apparently, people get on me for saying that white privilege is not a real thing, and I'm like,
Yeah, I stand with Vic Fails did that. I stand with Vic Fails. If you're watching this, go fuck yourself.
No, they don't watch our content. They just, take screenshot. They just get screenshots from people and put it on the channel.
With themselves.
You fucking believing a blatantly obvious photoshopped image? How fucking stupid can you be?
Ooh, an Aron.
Wait, what's this now?
I got into an argument, speaking of Photoshop, I got into an argument with somebody about the DC release slate, and they said, oh, that release slate is obviously fake. They said, the release slate that we talked about a few weeks ago, oh, that's obviously fake. And I was like, is it though? Oh, and they were like, oh, it has all the same typeface and fonts and stuff, and it's like that's a placeholder stuff, and then the actual DC release slate comes out, and guess what it has? Placeholder images on the and generic fonts on the release slate.
Low-level mobs should not be able to daze you.
Epic and Iron Galaxy's quote-unquote Rumbleverse is officially shutting down after just 6 months. Did you guys know that the Rumbleverse existed?
I did actually. I heard that. So for guys who don't know, Rumbleverse is a battle royale. It was a battle royale game, but unlike other battle royales where you're trying to hunt each other down and shoot each other to death with occasional melee and the occasional special feature like building a fort, building walls, having superpowers and shit. This one, on the other hand, is all physical attacks. No guns, no rifles, no bombs. It's all physical. And it's all wrestling moves too.
That sounds really cool. Why did they never advertise this?
That was what I was wondering too, because when I finally got a chance to try it, I loved it. Like, holy shit, did I love it! I'm wondering why this only lasted several months to begin with.
Oh, look,
Hey,
it's
is
saying
anyone
true.
in the chat,
Nope.
Gizmo?
I don't know. I'm not streaming
Uh,
right now. My Wi-Fi is
No, you're
on.
not streaming? Oh,
No,
okay.
I
No, there's
would, but
nobody in the
there's some.
chat right now.
It's on the fritz right now. But yeah, Rumbleverse is really good. It takes a while to learn, but it's really good. It has the same tropes, like you get to find legendary items and weapons, and the circle encloses on you. The longer it takes to kill everybody, but it's still good. It's funny too. Like, dude, you're jumping off of cars, doing elbow drops on your enemies. If you want, you could do it from the goddamn top of a building.
That's fucking
Elbow
amazing.
drop from the building. Oh yeah.
And when I say there's like wrestling moves, there's all kinds of wrestling moves. There's sumo slaps, there's like dive kicks, there's crowd dives, there's fucking dives. You get to do actual combo grabs. Like
Are we
like
talking wombo combo?
I'm talking wombo combo. Like the
Wombo combo.
The
Wombo
Azuna drop that ninja characters usually do in fighting games. Well,
Uh-huh.
get this: you could grab a guy doing a small Azuna drop, bounce off the ground, and go higher again, and go even higher to the ground and with a fucking mushroom cloud explosion, and
That
your
sounds
character's
fucking
dead.
awesome.
Ooh, fancy.
And it's really sad that I know nobody that plays this fucking thing. And it's on because it's on Epic Store if you use PC. And I have an Xbox One, and I don't know anybody else that plays Xbox One because they like to kiss Sony's ass.
Or Nintendo's for that matter. You
No,
know,
Nintendo I can forgive to a
if
degree.
you're like me.
Nintendo I can forgive to a degree. It's just people keep thinking that Sony is the best choice when they're the ones censoring everything and they're the ones that are
Yeah.
practically not making more consoles than they should. When there was a
That's
big
why
fucking shortage.
No, how long did it take them
That's
to put out more PS5s? And now they're bragging about it like they have some kind of all-time record of percentage change between quarters. And it's like, guys, it doesn't count that you're shipping out however many percentage more PS5s now than you were last quarter, when last quarter we couldn't even find them at the stores. You know?
I'll be celebrating that you're finally filling inventory up.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on the fucking games, man. It's like, oh, we got this realistic shooter. Can I have one with big titties? No, that's inappropriate. I'm a grown-ass man, though. I want to see big titties. No, it's inappropriate. Fuck you. It's
That's
an
probably
M-rated
why
game.
Black Sage D, I'm sure you're all familiar with him. Black
We don't
Sage
care.
D, his
You have
Twitter
no hair.
handle at some point, I don't know if it's still that way now, but it was Sony censors Japanese games,
Yeah.
which they do.
Yeah, there was that whole big thing about Senran Kagura, and it's like, Jesus
No one
fucking
cares.
Christ. Like, Senran Kagura's entire shtick is based around the boobs.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of them saying that they're gonna port that to PS5. Any of the games.
Yeah, well, Senran Kagura is basically dead in the water now.
The thing I blame Sony for that shit.
Yeah, it's 100% Sony's fault.
But in company dispute, in company dispute from Sony. Fuck you. They're the ones that don't want to release this shit because they think that grown ass men won't buy grown ass men
So-
products that have titties and butts.
Back to the DC
You mean
thing.
Sony?
James Gunn says Henry Cavill was not fired from new Superman movie. Quote, we didn't fire
We don't believe
Henry.
you.
Henry was Henry was never cast. Except for the fact that Henry was cast approximately 12 years ago, back when Man of Steel first entered production. Quote, for me, it's about who do I want to cast as Superman and who do the filmmakers we have want to cast. And for me, for this story, It isn't Henry. This story
Why?
doesn't need to be told. I already know that this story doesn't need to be told. And you want to know how I know that? It's because you're telling another fucking Smallville story when we already had
Somebody save
Just about to
me.
sing
yeah,
that,
I was about to
dude.
say we already had like what, 11 seasons of Smallville plus the comics.
No, not say that. Sing that. I was gonna sing that at first
and then
before Gizmo did.
and then we had the entire Smallville section in Man of Steel, and we had a bunch of Smallville related stuff in the Superman and Lois show. And I didn't mention the Supergirl show because it doesn't fucking count.
It sucks.
By the way, Gizmo, leave
Show
the
is
singing
awful.
to Alex and Eric.
No.
Do y'all know who Eric is? Y'all remember who that is?
No.
Nope.
Gizmo does. Gizmo remembers.
He's so
I
weird.
do. Yeah. Kevin knows my first name already. He's probably the only one who addresses me as that on a regular basis.
Yep.
All right, Timothy.
I address pretty much everybody by their first names
Well,
after a
then
while.
you may have to start calling Asa Eric.
Oh, neat.
My first name is Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
No. It's Dottie.
But you have to, Kevin.
No.
You just said you would address
No.
people by their first names. No,
No.
actually, Gizmo, your first name is Big,
Stop.
and
Oh,
your
no.
last name is Dick, like the Harlem Barber. My name
No,
is
his
Big
middle
Dick.
name. His middle name is Dick, and a last name Energy.
Oh, you mean like how Lagon's puffed up form is basically in the embodiment of quote unquote big dick energy, even though he has a micro
Embodiment of-
penis.
It's the embodiment of fucking something. Time. That's all I came back here for, is more time. Ah!
What happened?
I hit the red circles. Okay. The Sims 4 update adds trans-inclusive top surgery body scar options.
Why?
Why?
What the fuck does anybody want to think about? I don't have this perspective personally, but I feel like if I did, I might want to. At The Sims, a base update is here with new content including medical wearables, binders, shapewear, a light switch, and more bug fixes and Okay, so I feel like, and this is just me talking from my perspective here, I feel like I wouldn't necessarily want to have to think about it, because the only thing I can think of in this regard is, like, I had to have my lower teeth rebuilt last year, or after an unfortunate incident, and I don't ever want to think about this. I try not to. Like, I have actual nightmares and waking terrors about my teeth breaking again. And I don't want a character in The Sims to have the little markings that are left behind when you rebuild teeth. I just don't want to have to think about it. And I feel like that if I was in one of these people's positions, I'd probably want to not have to think about it like that too. You know?
And I got my Space Invader here too.
There are also medical wearables such as glucose monitors and hearing aids. It's the fucking Sims.
Yep.
Why?
Well, at the same time, they did expansions on fucking pets. So, the same answer is going to be it's The Sims.
Yeah.
They're gonna add shit that nobody cares
Oh,
about.
and
I just want to know how much you have to pay for all of this shit.
oh,
because
and Ben
you know what they did
and
with
said he came back to see that that a Backrooms movie was being made.
yeah.
Movie.
So there was this whole thing about how you remember back, like, The Sims 3 had a bunch of free content that The Sims 4 didn't have. The Sims 2 had a bunch of free content that neither of those games had, you know? Like, base game alone. This is before you get in all the expansions. And the expansion packs for The Sims 2 had more in them than the expansion packs for The Sims 3 did, and The Sims 4. And Sims 2 and 3 launched with more features and more availability than Sims 4 did. And Sims 4 was a fucking mess at launch. Like, they rushed that game out so that they could meet a fucking deadline. It was obvious because the fucking pools were missing. The pool was one of the basic features of Sims 2 and 3.
How many people among us made roller coasters that just, threw people that sent people flying?
Yep.
How many Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Oh, Roller Coaster. I've never played Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Wow. Then you've never lived.
Possibly. Maybe even. Possibly.
Oh boy.
Gallon Dunn is Forsaken.
I am not that fucking game.
No, I
Was
was
that
talking about
Forspoken?
I was talking about the undead race in WoW.
Oh.
The zombie race.
Oh, Ben.
Now, speaking of zombies, as I was telling Kevin earlier, well, Kevin already knows, I wrote a Resident Evil Last of Us crossover called The Last of Us, Operation Raccoon City. Come on. There we go.
It's The Last of Us 2 and it's really bad. I wish I could remember the rest of that song Asa did.
That's the,
It was
the
a
one
parody
based
of
on
the
the
Legend of
Zelda
Zelda
rap,
rap.
yeah. That
Yeah,
was
it was. That was the intention.
Check your DMs. Fuck. Kane Parse. What the fuck?
Down in
Huh.
ether.
Apparently James
I went
Wan and
live.
Sean Levy are producing. Oh, I guess that's what I get for never writing down any of the weird horror shit that I came up with. I always thought it was too stupid. I wish I could have gotten a direction job at 18. Fuck.
Indeed.
You have Operation Raccoon City on 360?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I have it on PS3 as well. Although it is in a PS4 case.
You're in Raccoon City. It's a zombie abyss. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Anybody remember that song?
No. Although,
My name is
speaking
Link.
of Raccoon City...
Straight out of town.
Speaking of Raccoon City, though... Saturday Night Live made a sketch with Pedro Pascal, where the Mario Kart crosses over with The Last of Us, which sounds a lot like sounds a lot to me like the Raccoon City track from the Robot Chicken Mario Kart sketch a long time ago.
And it pretty much was.
Yeah. Although, I do have to admit, Pedro Pascal, he'd make a great Mario.
Live action? Sure.
I'll withhold judgment on Chris Pratt until
the movie. Yeah,
But-
same here.
Yeah.
But of course, But we already know how Seth Rogen's gonna sound as Danky Kang.
Yeah, like Seth
Dinky
Rogen.
dong.
At least he didn't mess with Cash Banuka.
What about Cash Paducah 2 Gringotts Steakhouse?
/ Crandicoot. Speaking of Gringotts, so the Harry Potter discourse is retarded. News at
The
11.
Harry Potter what?
The Harry Potter discourse. So, that Hogwarts Legacy game that looks really fucking good. Apparently
Yep.
that came out.
Oh, but we can't play that because then we'd be bigots.
Well, I mean, we're already bigots. We're already ists and phobes and whatever the fuck. Like hell, I was part of Gamergate, and I'm a complete write-off to these people.
Oh, no wonder John Michael Kelly hated your guts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was part of
That
Gamergate.
that explains
Torrential
so much.
I was part of Gamergate and Torrential Downpour, and I Stand With Vic, and I was tangentially related to Comicsgate, although I didn't really do a whole lot. But, so...
Alex, as it turns out, Vic is going once again going to UltraCon.
Nice.
Gizmo, you really
10
should.
seconds. I need 10 seconds. 10 seconds will be worthless if I have to...
If I have to
Okay, I'm just gonna go get 15 seconds from across the board.
Gizmo, you should have been there when John Michael Kelly was spurting out on
God,
the
John JMK, he was such a fucking tool. Like that
Like,
guy,
when he was losing arguments against Alex, he kept saying
Debate me in the
words
voice
that I
chat, bro.
cannot repeat on stream.
Debate me in the voice chat, bro. Get in voice chat with me. Is like, why the fuck would I get in the voice chat with you?
I rightfully told him off. I rightfully told him off when we were on voice chat, and then he ended up trying to join. I'm like, no, get the fuck out.
And then that was when I realized I could move people into different voice channels and just server-wide mute them. Because he kept busting into the server, or whenever we were having an unrelated conversation and trying to say, debate me in the voice chat, bro. And eventually, I'd meant to right-click on his name, and I just clicked on his name and dragged him, and I didn't realize that I could...
You could.
Fucking... No, I don't! Okay, sorry, I was getting really irritated at the game. I didn't realize that I had the ability.
What are you doing to me, game? What are you doing to me, game? What are you doing to me, game?
I didn't realize I had the ability to switch where people were, or in what voice chats people were in, and so that was cool.
Yeah, Ben, I already mentioned the news, so no need to nag me about it.
It would be so much easier if these bumpers weren't here. Or at the very least...
Pingus!
Just remove the one in the middle and the ones around the doors.
By the way, Alex, you know what Some Call Me Johnny ended up doing once with the bumpers in Sonic 4? Or during the Brain Scratch run?
We had somebody coming into the voice chat.
Did he mod them out?
No. What he did was basically insert the sound Pingus as every time he hit the bumper.
Ah!
So you want to know
who joined? Who joined?
Ben. Hi, Ben.
Ben Tennyson.
I got a stomach ache, so I'm gonna make this quick.
Hey.
See my...
Yeah,
we saw your message.
You'd
We
know
talked
if
about
you
it
were watching
already.
the live stream.
I just got back home.
You just got back
Shit.
home?
Like the
I'll be right back. I got a
2 minutes ago.
phone call.
I thought you would still be in, like,
Costa Rica?
nowhere.
No, we got back home very quickly, thank God.
Ben, how are howler monkeys terrifying?
Have you seen the video I sent? They scream
Yeah,
like
that's-
fucking zombies.
That's normal.
Yeah, but
I know, but dear lord.
At least they're not flinging their shit at you.
Yeah,
At least they're not trying to eat your
pretty
face.
chill.
But howler monkeys don't do that.
Well, I might.
Oh,
You want a box?
they scream like zombies.
You want a
And
fucking box, mate?
Mhm.
Alrighty.
They can swim. Anyways,
think
I
there
just
might
want
be
to jump
an
in about
alligator.
that. I
Maybe
just
a
wanted to
crocodile,
comment.
'cause
I
we're in the
feel.
wrong place for that.
I just want to comment. I feel real bad for the anonymous guy who posted about the back rooms. He's never gonna get credited, or she, whoever it was.
Yeah, well, the people who created Slender Man aren't gonna get they didn't get any
Actually,
fucking
they
credit
did.
for that.
No, they did.
They did.
No.
I think the
they
main guy
didn't.
has the copyright. Yeah,
No,
the main guy has
guy
it
who
copyrighted.
made the game did. He didn't invent Slender Man.
No, I'm talking about the guy who owns the copyright. He created the original concept.
Huh.
You didn't know that? He's the guy who
Thought it-
sold it to. Not sold it. He's the guy who licensed Sony to make a movie, and we all know how that ended.
Oh yeah, that movie. That movie
very-
was god awful.
He's very protective of Slender Man after that. I can't
Yeah,
really
I
blame
can
him.
hardly blame him. Although, considering Slender Man originated as kind of not exactly an internet creepypasta, but kind of the attempt at creating an internet urban legend. I'm sort of surprised it's not in the public domain.
meanwhile, Slender Man
Yeah.
has been turned into a dancing man.
Slender Man, take me by the hand, lead me to the sland.
Have you guys seen the what Slender Man does behind your back video?
No.
I believe so. Yes. There was also
He
that
just
mode.
he
where
dances
whenever-
to the epic sax portion of yeah, that song.
I wanted to comment. Can we talk about who's directing Backrooms?
Yeah, we talked
Who
about
is
that
direct-
already.
That's
Ah.
crazy. Kane
I-
Parson has a
I
genuinely.
wish.
big-
I wish I'd been doing, putting more of the stuff that I came up with when I was a kid out there now. Oh, cause, shit, I would have loved to be a director at 18.
I do wonder, like, you think with this information, you think the guy who created it will try to come out, or do you think there'll be multiple copycat creators trying to claim credit?
I don't know.
Well, at the very
Who would
least,
do that.
Internet creepypasta stuff is gonna have all kinds of people all trying to capitalize on it.
Because I wonder, like, if you post on something like 4chan, can you trace back the post you create and prove that you made it, or?
I mean, there is technically a possibility of that, but, I don't know. Oh, you'd have to have, like, federal level, subpoenas, because I don't think they'd be necessarily willing to turn those records over. So,
Hmm.
All right,
Konami is
Carnival,
shutting
pick-
down a game called Crime Site, a sci-fi PvP take on Sherlock Holmes. I didn't know that it existed. Don't know what it is. Gonna move on.
People actually tried to spread it around through gameplay. What it is basically.
Anyways, I'm gonna go and handle the stomach ache. So you guys have a good one.
Yeah, have a
Thanks
good
and
one.
Tums.
okay.
Yeah,
So what
I did take
basically?
medicine. It's slowly doing its thing. So you guys have a good one. I'll see you around. And, you're welcome for the cameo. See you this Friday.
Yep.
All right.
So
Well,
what
it-
basically, the game.
First,
is-
I gotta make sure RGS comes in for Ben 10.
Right now.
the game
Now that
is
he's-
actually.
Now that he's away, we can talk about how much we secretly hate him and want him to leave.
Okay, then.
So basically, the game is anime Clue. You're trying to figure out who killed who, while the person who is chosen at random, I think, is trying to get away with the murder itself. As other players are trying to figure out who murdered the
Mr.
dead
Bodie.
guy and how.
That sounds.
So basically, Among
really-
Us.
Well, Not just
No.
Among Us. It's the
Among Us is
mansion
basically
mode.
guessing who.
It's
Among
the
Us is basically
community-created
you.
mansion mode from Fortnite.
There
Among
we
Us
go.
is you literally either finding the body or trying to guess who's.
Okay, the
Yes,
answer.
last, yeah.
Firing out.
Okay, so basically, Gizmo did it. Good to know. Oh, toss about the airlock. I kid, of course.
I kid. I joke with you. Gizmo, remember that song
Okay.
No.
with that dog puppet?
No.
Hey, Gizmo.
Mm.
You know what was the first thing that Markiplier said Smash to in his Pokemon Smasher Pass video?
What?
A Beedrill.
Mm.
That was the first thing he said Smash to.
Why Beedrill?
I don't know.
So, A Link to the Past has been unofficially ported to the PC
Yes.
and the Switch. But,
Yes.
But yeah, that's really cool. Whenever
Neat.
I get around to playing that for the channel, that's the platform I'm going to use for it. I'm not going to emulate it.
Well, I mean, it's already on the Switch if you have the
The
Yeah, but I
online
have the
thingy.
Super Nintendo
Yeah.
version.
that version is the Super Nintendo version.
I know. I'm just saying. I have the Super Nintendo version, and I don't really need. I also
Which, by
have
the
the
way-
Game Boy Advance version.
Which, by the way, after we do Mario Party, we're gonna try. I do Super Mario Party Superstars. We're gonna try to kind of, try to do something else in between, so that we'll be able to get more time and to make sure everybody's ready for like classic Mario Party.
Yep.
How
Oh,
has
yeah.
nobody?
Back in the day, way back when, Peyton, Zach, and I did a Link to the Past randomizer race.
Oh,
Aiden-
did that randomizer also happen to fuse itself with Super Metroid? Because that is something that is actually a thing.
No,
I'm not kidding.
I didn't know that existed.
There's a lot of
But,
randomizers you might not know about.
Like Peyton got really drunk during that because he knows the game, but like the back of his hand. So the challenge was that whenever Zach or I died, he'd have to take a shot. And eventually, it got to the point where I was just not telling him that I died.
You played the game with Zack Snyder?
No.
Zach the Wolf.
Snyder.
The Wolf. Old YouTube buddies of mine from way back when.
I mean,
Hey,
Peyton.
I was
back.
playing Peyton's
Peyton.
Final Fantasy VI Let's Play, where I voiced several characters, actually.
Neat.
It was kind of half Let's Play, half machinima. And I used my Maximilian Pegasus voice for one of the characters. Ooh!
Even though you sound more like Mr. Burns.
Smithers. Well, see, that's the thing. Little Karibo's Pegasus and Smithers sound kind of similar, so... And he uses Smithers' voice for Gendo in his Evangelion parody episode, which is... I keep watching that. That is fucking great.
It is.
He uses the Red Dwarf theme song in that.
Does anybody? So, Alex, do you remember the infamous part in Ava Bridge is by Igiguk?
Giguk, yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about.
Yes. several infamous parts.
Okay.
Which one specifically? Are you talking about?
Misato, why is there a big black thing in the bathtub?
That's racist.
I'm like, Misato, why did you leave that there?
Because she wasn't expecting. I don't know.
She wasn't expecting Shinji to find
ever
it
need to go to the bathroom.
or take a bath.
Yeah. In my original save file for this, I managed to get almost I think it was actually over 100 lives. Can't remember. That was
Hello,
because I
good
kept
sir.
repeating one level to try and get the Chaos Emerald.
The emeralds that are of chaos.
So Alec Baldwin and the armorer for the movie Rust have been formally charged in connection to the shooting on that movie. And I
Of
kind
course.
The one with the quote-unquote prop gun.
well, yeah, see, here's the thing. I think somebody took that gun to a fucking range beforehand and put it back in the, they put it back in the armory, and I'd love to know, one, why they were using a gun that's capable of firing real bullets on that set. That, because this is a big Hollywood production. You can afford to have a prop gun that can't shoot bullets, but doesn't have that little thing down the barrel that keeps it from shooting bullets, and you can also afford to have a blank gun. And the blank gun allows you to fire blanks and have the muzzle flash and everything, so it's all nice and real, and you get all the cool shit on screen in the muzzle flashes and everything. But you also don't have to worry about the gun firing any actual bullets. So here's the thing: I've worked on movie sets. I've never worked on a Hollywood production, but here's the thing: here's how you verify that a gun is not loaded. You have to verify that a gun is not loaded before you start
You
shooting.
shoot it into the
Something
sky.
like that, and you just, it's very simple. You have somebody check the fucking gun. You clear it. You make sure that everybody can see that it's cleared, so that there's a record of it. And
Kind of reminds me of
using a regular firearm.
kind of reminds me of that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean and on Stranger Tides when Jack was testing the gun to see if it was real, but in fact it was.
Yeah. And in a
And this was
situation like
after
that,
and this was after Blackbeard just threw his voodoo doll down the waterfall.
but in a situation like that, that gun should never leave the armory. Like, you should not be taking props out to a firing range. Excuse me.
No.
Like, that should be step one. And I feel like whatever Alec Baldwin's responsibility is in this regard, and I don't necessarily like him too much personally, but whatever responsibility of his is in this regard, I kind of don't think that this is entirely on him. Because the armorer has a responsibility to make sure that the weapons that they're using are safe to use. And if the armorer hands him a fucking gun and says, this is safe to use, like, you're not gonna... It's the armorer's job to make sure that this stuff is safe. If you're gonna believe them, in this case. Like, what the fuck?
Indeed. I know, delayed response, but I was was concentrating on the game.
No, yeah, I've been concentrating on the game at various points in time. So, that's perfectly fine.
I'm still trying to catch this Dust Skull.
Apparently, ChatGPT Maker is releasing an AI detection tool after school districts complain about people using AIs to cheat at essays and things like that. And all I have to say is the plagiarism detectors in these schools are already not very good. Like, I had a I had like a 0.2% plagiarism detection on an essay I wrote because like there was like a 2-word similarity in one sentence, and it picked up. I was like, boop, boop, plagiarism, and boop, 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 and it's like oh, it's 0.2%, and it's like and is, I think, was the phrase that it used, that it picked up on, and it's like, okay, you're taking the piss here, guys.
Yes.
So I don't necessarily feel like
I gotta go back.
there's probably not gonna be a way for them to pick up on this, because people are already doing a very poor job at picking up what articles are AI written and what aren't. Like, this is people doing this. And if people are doing this, people are the ones who are programming these robots to pick up. So we're basically telling robots to tell us whether a robot made something or not. And that's... The thing is...
I am now telling it exactly what it could do with a lifetime supply of chocolate.
Chocolate.
Just from a programming perspective, I kind of feel like this is going to be a losing battle in the long run.
So, Alex, how do you feel about Forbidden Donut?
Forbidden Donut? What's that?
Well, finishing
Munchlax?
something?
Oh, Munchlax.
Oh, there's a Munchlax out here.
Yeah, I don't remember Forbidden Donut. Is that a Simpsons thing?
Yes.
Oh, you Americans with your due process and fair trials. So, you like donuts, eh?
Uh-huh.
Well, have all the donuts in the world!
Why do you sound like Mr. Krabs?
More.
I understand it. James Coco went in 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's a actual bit in The Simpsons where Ned Flanders.
Treehouse of Horror skits. Too.
Yeah, Ned Flanders dressed up as
Okay,
right. Ned Flanders was the devil. Ned Flanders,
you're the devil.
Well, of course, Flanders was the devil.
Well, it's always the one you least suspect.
Hey, I can't believe the Munchlax wasted my time. Now I gotta go back up there and try to save the friggin' day. Come on, we can do this.
You know, if you're trying to pass a stool, I think I might have something that might help.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, we got another mook to go through.
Oh, what?
A mook. Basically, generic henchman.
You won't believe where I learned the word mook from firsthand.
Where?
Timon and Pumbaa. The TV show, Timon says it all the time.
That makes sense.
Some kind of...
Yeah, or he did in the TV show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, he is some form of Italian Jewish meerkat. Italian Jewish meerkats in Africa.
Yeah, and Quentin
Yeah.
Flynn actually voiced him at some point, believe it or
Yeah,
not.
he voiced him after a while. When Nathan Lane, when they couldn't afford Nathan Lane to come back.
Yeah.
And they didn't get Nathan Lane back for the shitty live action, quote unquote movie.
Yeah, but for some reason they could afford Nathan Lane for the Teacher's Pet TV show, which kind of baffles me.
You know, my Houndoom has an interesting in recoil animation, and whenever it gets hit by something, it just gets sent back, snarls at you, and then just jumps back into the fray.
Fuck! I hate this level so much, but I need it.
You hate this level, except you love it too.
I hate you, I love you. So, apparently, Watson versus Moriarty is in the works at CBS. And
then I learned Bite.
So, the showrunner of the quite excellent CBS show Elementary
Ralts
is going to be working on a Watson show.
And
about
when
Sherlock Holmes, where Watson faces off with Moriarty.
Well, Alex, if only this were Gen 4, because as the Ralts I encountered is a male one.
That is a big, fat, huge butt Y.
Yeah,
well, that's a big fucking question. And also, this has no connection to the previously existing and quite popular Elementary, because we're not using Lucy Liu as Joan Watson. No,
that's
we
right.
have a completely... We're going back to Sherlock Holmes's roots, and not including Sherlock Holmes for this, so one wonders why they even fucking bothered.
Okay, like, it's one thing if... It's one thing if it was, like, Robin. You know, like, Robin was in charge of the Teen Titans, so it makes sense to get his own show like that, but... Watson...
Oh, goody,
John
the
Watson
spot
is
monitor.
A great character. Here's the
He
problem.
is, but
John Watson is not capable of holding his own on a TV show.
He's
There's
not.
There's a reason why Sherlock and Watson are a double act. Watson basically maintains Holmes's sanity, and Sherlock would be basically fairly insufferable without Watson grounding him out, because he's a little bit eccentric, we'll say. Now, my question why isn't
as
Netflix
the Robert Downey
pursuing...
Jr. movie it portrayed him as?
Yes. Now, my question is, why isn't Netflix working on a solo Sherlock Holmes movie with Henry Cavill? Probably the same reason they don't have him working on The Witcher anymore. Apparently he is appearing in Enola Holmes too, and that's just a massive waste of a great actor as Sherlock Holmes.
Hollywood needs to be burned down.
Well, yes, but that's been a that's been a necessity for a long time now. The MCU just kind of put that off for a while, but then exacerbated the problem. Because you remember when the MCU used to be putting out the only really decent films in all of mainstream cinema, and then they just kind of fucked that up.
They tanked after the ball. They tanked after the threes.
The what now?
MCU?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know.
I'm wondering how Mosaic's gonna do if Thanos were charged for his crimes video. That's going to be an interesting one.
That's already happened, though. That's called She-Hulk, and it was a comic book, not a live-action show.
No. Ismo, you don't understand. This isn't like one of those things. It's like an internet, and it's one of those popular YouTube things.
Yeah, and a lot of things came before YouTube.
I know. I'm saying that I'm just saying that essentially
Times get by is the second.
that it's a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's a YouTube channel dedicated to calculating like what crimes characters would be charged with and things like that.
Yeah,
And
it's
what
really
the actual
good.
monetary damages would be of their actions.
Yep.
Oh, I
And-
thought that was
Yeah.
Wicked Bitch at first.
Yeah, and they did a really good job of the Star Wars prequel stuff. I went through Darth Maul, Count Dooku, son of Lord and Lady Poopy. You won't
Lady
believe where I
Poopy.
got. It's a reference to Rift Tracks.
My dude, what?
You never seen the Rift Track for Star Wars Episode 2?
Why
No,
would
wait,
I
not
watch
episode
that
2,
when the
episode
film's
3.
Already perfect.
Alex, at this point, you're just shit posting.
I know, but it's true.
No, it's not. Episode 2 is boring. It's
Star
dull.
Wars Episode 2 is the only good film.
No, it's not.
Then I guess
Cinema
and-
was not invented until Star Wars Episode 2 came out. Martin Scorsese had to, he was just making theme park rides until Episode 2 came out. And then he realized, oh, this is cinema.
Then I guess Dragon Ball Evolution is peak cinema.
Dragon Ball Evolution is something.
It's hilarious, so bad it's good popcorn movie.
Dragon Ball
No.
Evolution is not that. I would not go
Yeah,
that.
Evan, can
I'd
we
say-
kick Gizmo from the server?
No.
I'd say
So bad it's
that
good.
I'd
The
be-
fucking facial expressions, the mispronunciations, everything is fucking funny about it. The fact that he jets forward after he launches a Kamehameha at Piccolo is fucking hilarious to see.
yeah. Well,
Oh, I know a friend
that
who
was
would
just a
absolutely
fucking
love.
mess.
And Gohan. What? I'm sorry. Gohan.
Go hands.
Go ahead.
I was like, see, that was 2007, right?
2008.
2009.
2009? Shit.
Yes, Dragon Ball
Oh, but,
Evolution
you know.
came out in 2009. Father Mucker.
It's over 12%.
That's too high.
It's over.
I don't even
200%.
hate that movie as much as some people do. But it's like, I was kind of on board with that film up until the ending.
The post-credit scene.
No. The ending, where Goku turns into the
God, no,
Ozuru
Chow Fat
without the
The
tail,
monkey.
and it's revealed that he is the one who Piccolo used to try and destroy the world.
Oh, you mean Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yeah, that was weird. That was really fucking weird.
Zod, why would you dress up as someone like that?
But yeah, TV Line says that they apparently have not cast any of the characters in the Watson show. So God
Well,
only
it's already
knows why
gonna be
they're
a-
bo- yeah, God only knows why they're bothering to announce this.
No, they're casting
Watson.
robots.
The Watson is not a character you can piggyback on and just suddenly say,
Well, it reminds me of all those spin-off shows.
like Robin
that-
from Batman and Robin.
It reminds me of all those spin-off shows from like the late 90s, early 2000s or whatever. Or it's like, you remember when they tried to give like Scooby and Shaggy their own show by themselves?
Shaggy, Scooby Doo, get a
Oh, a
clue.
clue.
Oh god, I
Yeah, when they
remember
ripped
that.
off the
I
Offspring.
like the premise. Joe, it's cool, but when you get
Mr. Enter even calls it the worst theme song he's ever heard.
It's not the worst theme song. I heard
No.
worse. I heard worse, man.
Way worse, man. And
I
there's,
like the premise
fucking
of
Power Rangers Overdrive.
Operation Overdrive.
That's got a hell of a riff, but the rest of the song is terrible.
No, the Power Rangers Mystic Force.
Oh,
Speaking
God.
of,
It's fucking
Ron
rap.
Wasserman wrote 2 different theme songs for that show, and they didn't use either of them.
The Toxic Crusaders animation theme song.
ow,
Yup.
not that. I'm talking about my Houndoom getting smacked.
I throw you. No, thank you.
So,
Watson's just a bad idea, man. There's so many other characters that you could make a TV show out of that are sidekicks. You just decided to go with the one that has the least amount of lore behind him.
Well, people
Just
like John Watson has a lot of lore. He has a
Yeah,
lot of
but that's
character,
because
but
he
it's
kept
like-
on hanging out with goddamn Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock
Veteran,
Holmes.
that's a doctor.
Hey Gizmo. So, what are your thoughts on the expository theme song that is the Ben 10 and intro?
This is not Luigi. This is not Robin. This is not Chun-Li. This is Watson. We're not even talking about like King Arthur's Squire. We're talking like goddamn Watson, man.
Oh, you mean like this feels like the Harley Quinn show?
It's like there's a
please
reason
don't
why
remind
people
me that
know.
exists.
Fuck that show.
Gizmo, you said you liked the Harley Quinn show.
I thought you're talking about the Birds of Prey movie. The Harley Quinn show is actually tolerable.
I hate Kelly Cuoco as Harley.
I just wonder how long it's
to me.
going to be before they get Mayim Bialik, or however you pronounce her name.
Mayim Bialik, yeah.
Because
That'd be
we already
interesting.
have like
I think
we've already had like 2 of the Big Bang Theory female leads as Harley Quinn. We just
Yeah.
need one more, and then the circle will be
just
complete.
get Jim Parsons as the Joker.
I'd actually be down for that,
Jim Parsons
honestly.
would be a better Joker than Brent Spiner.
Or the Mad Hatter.
Jim Parsons would be a great Mad Hatter. He'd also be a great Riddler.
Oh, come on, you freaking Mawile. Okay, let's see if this works.
I was trying to say is like I.
Oh,
A lot of
yeah,
things
you remember
that-
when they had a
there's a
Jimmy
lot-
Olsen comic back in the day? Those were terrible.
I mean, Robin is a great example of that.
But
Robin
Jimmy
was a great.
Olsen, and like Jimmy Olsen can't carry a fucking comic. And there's ample evidence as to why trying to make him carry a comic is a bad idea.
There's a reason why making him a Chad in the Supergirl show is a bad idea.
Oh, yes.
Oh, where's Olsen?
Why,
He's right.
hello, I am buff, black, bald Jimmy Olsen, and here to seduce yo chick.
Wait, they tokenized Jimmy Olsen?
Yes.
And then his
Why?
sister was basically white.
This is what I don't know. Why does Hollywood hate Ginger so much? I don't understand it.
Dyslexic casting directors.
Oh, oh God. Oh man.
Everybody's
This,
death count is at 55.
you stole that joke from PC Chameleon, Gallendon. I swear to
No,
God.
I
you
didn't
stole
steal
that.
that joke from
Like,
the
I was
Chameleon,
trying-
I stole that joke from Twitter.
Yeah.
Idea for anybody to try. It's not a bad idea for anybody to try and make a TV show based off a psychic of any kind, because, like I keep trying to say, Robin's a great example, considering the Teen Titans were a thing, and Robin was the head of the Teen Titans. You know, you could say the same thing, like, let's say with Luigi. They made great games based off of just him and his
Luigi's
adventures.
Mansion.
Yeah,
Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion trilogy is a great example, but Watson, like, look, without Sherlock Holmes, he's literally just another war veteran with a doctor's degree.
Yeah.
Like, how many veterans out there have a doctor's degree, and how many doctors have been former
Hell, I know
former
army
army
doctors
guys?
who became local physicians. And so I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
know
like
one.
it's a lot. It's a common thing in real life, and it's a common thing in fiction. It's just you gotta give me something here. Like, maybe if it was like, oh, he's hanging out somewhere, and he's hanging out somewhere.
If it was another episode of a Sherlock Holmes series, then yeah. And I was like, Watson's off by himself. He's
grab-
gonna solve his own mystery. Hey,
Yeah,
that'd be
I
a
don't
great
see that
episode.
happening. He's not as he's smart, sure, but not as smart. Or he's Sherlock is able to literally pick out each individual ingredient on a pizza from a 3-second inhale while passing by the room. Watson, on the other hand, is something else. If he sees a pizza, he says it's a pizza.
Yeah.
Sherlock, on the other hand, will say it's a pizza with basil, saffron, and a certain kind of cheese with a certain kind of dough made from a certain kind of seed imported from a certain country. We're not getting anything from Watson here.
Well, Watson is great for medical stuff and things like that.
Yeah, but even then, they did that with Sherlock Holmes too, with House MD.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing they could do with Watson to make him interesting.
Well, they can make him interesting as
Interesting by himself, anyway.
yeah.
To run an entire TV show.
Well,
Like, look,
yeah,
I like Watson.
This is going to be the
I like
Supergirl
Watson.
show all over again, and where they're going to have to like
Supergirl was a
write
interesting thing.
around.
If
Sherlock
Supergirl was
not
interesting
being
too, they just made her into a shit character when they made her into a.
Well, they very
Really-
obviously wanted to have a Superman show, but they didn't have
They
because
should've-
Warner Brothers was currently making Superman content. They didn't want
Disrespecting
to
her,
have
disrespecting her.
Superman embargo.
yeah.
Well, they ultimately disrespected a super.
Oh yeah, they disrespected Superman, Supergirl, whole Superboy, the fucking
Free
Superman versus the Elite, the Justice League. Batwoman. They disrespected
The moment they
Batwoman.
started ragging on. Oh,
I didn't even know you could disrespect Batwoman.
goddamn actress! Speak
come
those
on.
Into Batgirl, and I'm not talking.
Oh, Cypher's attacking Phoenix
Hey.
City, so we gotta go
I'm
there.
talking old school. Only knows how to talk literally through body language. Her suit is literally looking like it was stitched together because of how it was designed.
Chances are Gizmo is probably sick of the joke.
But
Find your skull.
I mean, you literally didn't joke about it, so you know it's not really a joke. Like, you literally just mentioned it. Like, just mentioned it. That's not really the joke.
Yeah, I just said get a writer who can find their skull too.
Okay, that's pretty funny. I think it would have been funny if I actually heard it though, because my Wi-Fi is a little jank.
Yeah, speaking of jank, I just had to restart the stream on my end. Not restart, but like
jeez.
reconnect.
Oh, jeez.
I think we can end it I think we can end this Watson conversation by saying, "This isn't the right side.
Yes!
This is not the right sidekick to
At
make a show
least-
out of."
At least since Sherlock Holmes is in the public domain, they don't have any problems. They probably won't have any problems, I should append. They shouldn't have any problems with having to have an actor on hand to play Sherlock. Because
Well,
that
I'm
was
not
the biggest
saying-
problem with the first season of Supergirl Well, one of the biggest problems was, like, they very clearly had Henry Cavill's suit with nobody in it. Like, they just had a spare suit from Man of Steel with nobody inside it.
Just for the TV show, though.
All right, got a trap hinge. Now, since I'm adding this to my party, what am I gonna name it?
Krabby. Wait a second, Mr. Krabs. Eugene.
It's a female.
Eugene.
Eugenia.
So he's
dude.
a Jinx.
You.
If they, I just realized if someone manages to get a private server going on for Rumbleverse, we have to have a group stream on that game. It's fucking awesome. I gotta tell you.
I'd be down for that. I'd like to try that at least.
Oh, dude, it's insane. It's fun.
All right.
There, you get to grab chairs. You get to grab like signposts and act as if you are like in an ECW or some shit because of that stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of which, one of
Oh,
these days,
dude, imagine the stuff they could have added in. They could have added.
Gotta make it to the lab.
Yeah. One of these days, I'm gonna make a bunch of characters in one of the WWE games for us.
One of these
Characters.
days.
The sketch art. The artist sent me a couple sketches of my character. It's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's next on the agenda?
Well, the Dr. Phil show is ending after 21 years. Maybe Phil McGraw will
shit.
finally have to renew his license.
I guess those barbers that he prank called that one time finally got him.
That's okay.
No, 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 no. Tom Brady is retiring from the NFL again.
Yeah.
That guy on Family Guy?
Power Wash Simulator is having a crossover with Final Fantasy VII.
DLC.
Oh. Yeah, cool. Yeah, there's going to be a booster. The Booster Gold show is going to be a comedy. And, let's see here.
Are you really that surprised?
Well, no. Apparently... Nope, they haven't announced any other details.
Dude, Booster Gold's like anti-Quantum Leap. At this point, I think it would be a hit. They just have to, gotta be careful with the right.
Batgirl movie was not releasable and would have hurt DC, exec says. And considering they said that the Snyder cut was quote-unquote unreleasable. Huh?
Oh, I thought you said Batwoman. Never mind, man.
No, Batgirl. The Batgirl movie. They haven't made a Batwoman movie,
usual.
thank fucking God.
The shitty Batgirl costume.
Yeah. But considering the fact that, they claimed that the Snyder cut was unreleasable, I am now interested in seeing the Batgirl movie. Because I'm not going to take these people at their fucking word about anything.
It's either.
Granted, I wasn't that enthusiastic about the Batgirl movie, considering, they didn't exactly use Ben Affleck's Batgirl casting. I think it was Anna Kendrick was supposed to play Batgirl in the Batfleck movie.
That chick from Pitch Perfect?
Okay.
I mean, she's a
odd
good
pick.
actress.
Yeah, but it's not really the actress anybody has in mind.
Well, people wouldn't have.
That's certainly a
said,
surprise.
People said stuff like that about all kinds of people. Oh,
Michael, like. The Batman casting, you're supposed to have these guys, you're not supposed to believe these guys are Batman. On the other hand,
I mean, they also didn't. They didn't do fucking anything, really. So.
Didn't they?
At the very
Wasn't
least, they were doing
Barbara?
something.
Wasn't Barbara a redhead?
Yes.
And who'd they pick for Batgirl?
I don't remember.
Is she a natural redhead, or did they at
No.
least try and dye her hair?
No, I mean they okay, I'll give you a hint. This is another case of dyslexic casting director.
Fucking Christ.
Say that on Twitter. See how many SJWs you can get pissed off.
Me existing pisses those people off. I don't know what to tell you.
Apparently, me existing invokes "quote unquote" white privilege because that's what Urban Dictionary says it is.
Me dating 3 white girls was apparently racist.
You should say
against
that
my
on
own
Twitter,
kind.
Kevin.
And hooray! Congratulations! Incredible as it may seem, you're exactly the 1 millionth visitor to FedAc. In commemoration, please accept this, a disc case which already comes with some battle CDs. Okay.
Battle
Boomer.
CDs sounds like something you'd expect to see in a Mega Man game.
Latina girls? And I said because that's
Okay,
because I don't want
you
no
should take
fucking
that to
drama
the
the
real
moment I say
Gam
no
Tower,
to
or next to the town. Go, go, go! The real Gam Tower is a short ways away to the northeast, or the northwest. You'll see it right away.
you. Oh,
And no, I have no choice but to take her up on this offer. I have to at least visit it. I don't necessarily have to do anything there.
oh yeah, how's that sponsor treating you so far?
We've gotten
Say what?
no money. But that's because nobody's bought anything. Because we don't have any viewers. So, pretty well. They haven't
Okay,
complained.
let's go back.
Alex, what do you think of technical analyses in stocks, crypto, and indexes?
Man,
Do you
I
think
ain't that...
technical analysis actually works?
You can like try to predict things, but ultimately, at the end of the day, a lot of things are up to chance, and a lot of people don't want to admit that because like you can say, okay, yeah, this thing will be helpful based on like this trend and or whatever. Granted, I am not 100% knowledgeable in this field, so
Yeah.
it's very much a case of me using a rudimentary knowledge of macro and microeconomics to say that like you can sort of look at where the market's going based on where it's been, but it is a little bit difficult at times.
Yeah, and I saw an argument about this last night on the
42 rings.
Shiba Inu live chart chat about technical analysis and why it doesn't work. I said, I don't know that technical analysis actually works for crypto because of how easily manipulated cryptocurrency is.
Yeah, that's another thing. The easier the market is to cheese, so to speak, the more likely that anybody attempting to analyze it is gonna fail at their analysis. And if certain things take less than easily calculable factors into account, if those factors drive the marketplace, it becomes somewhat difficult to quantify.
Yeah, that's why Arbiter on Face Destroyers United said that he just decided that after trying to play the market before, he just quit doing that, and now he's just holding a portfolio.
Yeah, I can't really blame somebody for something like that. That's kind of what I do. Like, I just try to find things that'll give me a decent return and then stick with those, because the
Getting cut off. What was that?
I was just saying,
shit.
we're making really boring conversation about the stock market and economics and things because like you can make a lot of money playing the stock market and crypto markets, but you can also lose a lot of money. Like I worked with a guy who he made some money from playing in like forex and stocks and things like that and crypto. Oh, but he also lost a lot of money doing stuff like that. And from what I can tell, that seems to be fairly typical, unfortunately. You know, like people make and lose fortunes in a day on a lot of this stuff. And
I turned $15 into almost 400 one
That's
night when the price of Solana would just never stop increasing.
That's cool.
But because I had an addictive greedy personality, I just didn't stop when I should.
Yeah, that's one of the problems. Like, sometimes if you stop early, it'll be like, oh man, I missed out on this. And sometimes if you stop early, it'll be like, oh man, and thank God I got out of that one I did. Because it went to hell quick. But,
Yeah.
you can't always predict stuff like that. And then you have things where, or I think it was, what was it? It was
Especially shit coins.
Yeah. It was like Theranos. Theranos was one of those things where it was getting bigged up as this revolutionary new tech company, and then they found out that all the patents and stuff were based on like faulty business models and lies and whatnot.
Yeah.
And people had said like this is revolutionary. This seems like it's fairly safe, you know, because it looked like they were delivering results at first. It was like how Bernie Madoff, his early investors in his whatever the hell it was that he ran and that he pretended wasn't a Ponzi scheme. Like the people who worked with Bernie Madoff early on made a lot of fucking money, and then it came out that holy shit, this is a scam.
Gizmo doesn't believe in cryptocurrency, by the way.
Never said I didn't believe in it.
Which I can. Well, I mean, I was about to say. I mean, if you don't believe in it, I can see why you wouldn't.
No, it's just I'm not
man, I don't
really
believe in
into crypto.
Do what?
He's not into crypto. The super dog is what he's trying to say.
Oh, somebody.
Oh,
You
you're
know,
not
somebody's
a big fan
gonna
of The
make.
Rock's voice acting, I see.
You know, somebody's
me,
gonna make
Cash-
a fucking coin on a shit coin online based on crypto.
Or it's real.
It's gonna happen. And it's gonna be overhyped, just like Safe Moon was, and then it's gonna like dump hugely.
Nope. Fuck you, game.
What are you doing to me, game? What are you doing to me, game? What are you doing to me, game?
I guess the game.
There are bumpers all over this game in places where they shouldn't be. And I know, okay, yes, it's to make the game more challenging and make you time your jumps better. The physics in this game are not nearly precise enough. Normally, the physics aren't a problem. Here, the physics are kind of a problem. So Skate 4 is coming out, and apparently, Skate 4 is not going to be pay to win. So that's cool. Not that anybody cares about Skate 4 anymore. Or Skate...
No.
Skate 1
Well,
and Skate
it's not that
2
we don't
and
care
Skate
anymore.
3
It's just
and
it's not that we don't care about skate anymore. It's just that we've already
and Tony Hawk's Pro
the
Skater
skating gap.
1 and 2.
Yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro
Remastered
Skater
came out,
1
so-
and 2. Let's see, Tony Hawk's Underground mods.
And granted, like,
There's-
Skate was supposed to be more skate sim than arcade, but fun fact, skate sims suck. Far prefer the arcade versions.
Well, unless you skate.
I did. I would rather have something that controls more easily and more fun than something that controls exactly the way I remember it. Because it's like, I also played baseball, and like there's arcade baseball and then there's sim baseball. And sim baseball isn't very fun.
And then there's just baseball.
Why the fuck are you drinking out of the toilet?
What the hell?
Mason.
My cat was drinking out of the toilet. Even though I
Oh, and my dog tried to do that occasionally. He doesn't do that anymore, but he used to try to when he was a puppy.
Kevin, does your dog try to do that?
No.
Because I know you got dogs, Kevin.
So
Yes.
from the Daily Loud, a woman has been charged with finding a lookalike online and killing her to fake her own death. So a German woman has been accused of murdering a lookalike she found on Instagram in an attempt to fake her own death.
That just sounds asinine.
Yeah, so somebody killed somebody named Sharaban
Fucker.
killed a beauty blogger named Khadija in Ingolstadt, Germany last August. Brutally stabbed more than 50 times. Body left in the back seat of a Mercedes. Perpetrator and a boyfriend went into hiding. Yeah. And then subsequent autopsy revealed that the victim was not the person they thought it was. Because, DNA. You fucking idiot.
You blew it up?
You maniacs.
Damn you all to hell.
Hoo hoo hoo.
Remember how they
Okay,
used
that part was in
the
The Simpsons.
I wouldn't exactly call it remake, more like a reimagining. Remember how they used that line in Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes?
Actually, I like that movie.
Or Charlton Heston was the ape, and he regaled the
Damn them all to hell!
yeah, he regaled the other apes of the crimes of humanity. And
He regaled to Tim Roth.
yeah. Helena
That's
Bonham
who-
Carter was oddly sexualized as an ape in that film.
The narrator of
Tim.
Hercules.
Yes.
So Pennyworth, the origin of Batman's butler, has been canceled by HBO after 3 seasons.
Oh no, what a
The
travesty.
fact that
That
the
was
show
a-
lasted
Somebody
more
made a
than
show
one season
about Alfred.
is still baffling. Yes.
I never even heard of
I
this.
forgot
It
that
was
they did
originally
that.
just called Pennyworth, but then they realized they needed the Batman branding, and this is like the 4th or 5th, I can't believe it's not Batman show that DC has tried to make.
Why? Why do they keep trying to make shows out of characters that don't need it?
Alfred could have carried a fucking show by himself too, but
For 3 seasons? I mean, for more than 3 seasons? Come on now.
I mean, young
Bell-
Alfred when he was in like the special
Maybe give him a
forces, because
movie.
I can believe that. But
Alfred, he's like one.
what the hell?
He's one of the most. And I feel like,
It's like he
making
His
It's
stories in the
making
Dark
a show
Knight
about Batman. Okay,
could have carried an entire film.
Make
by
a show about
themselves, so.
Oof.
Alfred. I don't know, man. Look, he has some. It's just another Watson thing, man. It's just like
Or Watson is another Alfred or Pennyworth.
this is just another Watson moment to me, man. It's just like he's a really interesting character, and but what's different about him though is he can be an interesting character without being with the main character constant 24/7. You know, like it shows. Like I remember when he appeared in what was it, Justice League, when the Thanagarians like took over Earth. It was funny just having him interact with the other Justice Leaguers, especially the Flash.
Flash.
He
Hey,
constantly
that's a
mentioned-
dinosaur, and I
And I
thought
thought
Batman
was a
was a
detective.
detective.
I should tell Master Wayne to prevent himself from leaving the trash outside. He had helpful moments too, like how he said that he still thinks that Hawkgirl is like a great hero and stuff like that. And I think that was like the last time we ever saw him, especially the
Yeah.
voice actor too. So I'm not saying Alfred is not interesting enough, especially without the Batman anything. It's just I feel like something is missing for you to seasons, especially if there's like a show about Alfred that I feel like could have just been done with just 3 seasons,
Well,
maybe even
one of
less.
the things is DC was desperate to attempt to wring anything else they could out of their various IPs without having to involve the main characters in them. Like Gotham lasted 5 seasons, for fuck's sake.
Gotham was something else. It's literally about like the grit, like the down and dirty policemen, like trying to deal with Gotham City as it turns into the city we know today. That's interesting. That I feel like could hold a
Yeah, but
lot
the way
of
they
seasons.
the way they did it is woeful, we'll say.
Yeah, that's what got me a little off because they still refuse to let go of the Batman fucking name. It's like it would have been awesome to see like
They didn't have enough focus is the problem. 'Cause
that's the same thing.
They had the kid who played Batman, or the kid who played Bruce for most of the show. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, is this a Batman show?
Yep.
Why do we have all this garbage, you know?
If it's about into the
And
villains, then
their
focus
Court
on
of
that.
Owls storyline was terrible.
Yeah, they didn't really need the Court of Owls in there. They could have
Well, they
just
didn't
stuck
need-
with.
They
They,
didn't
they
need
could have just
half the
stuck with
shit they
street
had.
level villains. They could have stuck with like the Mad Hatter, the Penguin, the Riddler. They didn't. Maybe the Joker for just a small bit. I think I if anything, if I had to, I would cut the old Joker content in half.
Oh yeah,
I don't care if it's
cut
the real.
Joker down to literally one character instead of like 3.
Right, and maybe bring in other underrated villains or villains that don't have as much appearance as much as they should.
Yeah, use
Like
it
I
to
don't know.
raise some profiles.
Yeah, like what was his name? Not Executioner. KG Beast. KG Beast was a major villain for the Batman, especially Gotham City's police.
Yep.
Make a decent Bane that doesn't rely heavily on the toxin. People keep on forgetting that he's a smart guy, not a hulking, walking, talking bicep. I know what I said.
Yeah.
Like, at least bring in the Condiment King and show how he might be threatening somehow, some way in his own
Speaking of
kooky way.
Condiment King, Kevin,
Yes.
Condiment King was mentioned on Young Justice last night.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yes.
How about you show me Condiment King, you motherfuckers?
Yeah. If only we
Bill?
got to see any of that. If only
Yeah,
we got
Robin
to
once
see.
and only one.
If only we got to see Gar and Brion take on the Condiment King.
Condiment King took down Tim Drake because he had a mustard allergy.
That's actually kind of, you know what? You could have
That's
Condiment
funny.
King and then have him like use heavily weaponized versions of all of the condiments, because people don't really think about this, but like mustard can be really noxious. You can make acid out of tomatoes, for fuck's sake.
There's also such a thing as mustard gas.
Yeah, but it's not the same
Mustard gas is
ingredients as
something else.
regular mustard.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, that's not the
Which
same thing as
Peggy
regular mustard.
almost made in King of the Hill.
She's a
God damn it,
dumbass.
Peggy.
So
I don't know how
Netflix,
anybody.
That's the recipe for mustard gas.
So Netflix
Ah!
announced and then retracted new password sharing rules
Say what?
in less than 24 hours.
They basically said you can't share passwords anymore. Then they said, "Oh no, we changed
Who
our mind."
did?
Netflix. People are sharing passwords left and right for a reason.
Yes.
Yep. Especially if Netflix
People are-
keeps raising their prices,
Yeah,
even
Netflix
though
That
keeps
has a Netflix
raising their prices,
account.
and
they still support
They keep raising
pedophilia.
the prices. They keep removing shows that people are still watching.
they keep
Same thing
making
with
stuff
movies.
nobody likes, like fucking Big Mouth.
They kept cuties on there. They
And some of the
support
stuff
child
that Netflix is involved in aren't really.
The only person
Been
who
it's like
liked
some of these
cuties
stuff could have made it
was,
anywhere else, like Hulu, and they would have gotten the same reception or even better. But it's because it's on Netflix. People are worried that it's going to be removed or it's going to get canceled, like every other show and movie there is. It's like, come on, man. It's like there's a reason why people relied on you in the past because there was literally nothing like you. There was no Hulu. There was no Disney
Well,
Plus.
Hulu existed.
there
But
was no HBO Max.
It
It's
didn't
not
have
to the point of
original.
like, not like Netflix did. It literally had everything. It had all the anime shows, all the movies, all the TV shows.
Yeah, I remember
Dude,
that.
I saw a lot of anime shows on there. There was Dragon Ball Z was on there, Sailor Moon was on there, all the RoboCop movies, all the Lethal Weapon movies, everything was on there. But then slowly they started removing everything as more streaming services decide to become either better or existing. Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Pluto's, Sling TV, Amazon Prime, all
Tubi.
these shows. Tubi. Fucking Tubi. Nobody uses.
Nobody what? Oh
Nobody uses
shit!
Tubi, I think he said.
The joke.
Did we lose Gizmo again?
No, he's
Although
still
he is
here.
reboot.
The point.
Gizmo, you're kind of cutting in and out, dude.
Even if they. There's no reason to use Netflix anymore.
No,
Not
Especially-
nowadays.
I think
Especially
Back
when you-
then,
is
sure.
the only
Because
reason
Netflix was its own
has to
beast.
exist anymore.
Blockbuster was slow. But nowadays, it's either they're becoming more like cable television, or they're raising the price, and that's not something anybody likes. People cut the cord off cable television for a reason. They wanted less ads and they wanted more shows and movies.
And now Netflix is introducing ads at the same rate as the previous premium
Disney Plus is now
Cable
going to do it
package.
too.
standard
And
definition
previous
Netflix
cable
is-
package. They're introducing ads like cable packages, like some sort of like a common Comcast cable
bastardized
package.
cable, yeah.
Yeah, it's like now there's a reason people are pirating movies and TV shows because of this shit. They'll even pirate the shows from that same streaming company because they're not willing to pay for all
What the fuck was
of those fucking streaming services.
Yeah, I think Mr. Enter said something about this too. That
Yeah.
we're
Same thing
all
is happening
gonna
with gaming
wind up
too.
going back
Same thing
to
is happening.
cable.
Same thing is happening with gaming too. There's so many. Hey, no more. Like, it's to the
What?
point. What?
So many
Gizmo,
people saying no more.
what was happening with gaming? Gizmo, you
Same
kind
kind
of
of thing is happening with gaming. That's making people say no more of this. Being canceled because they were introduced as gaming as a service, or they cost too much. Like with
Yeah, whenever they started raising the prices to
Too many
$70,
games.
it's like, yeah, nobody's gonna fucking buy this at launch anymore. Or very few people are
Or
gonna
how
buy
there's
it
too
at
many
launch.
games trying to, or how there's too many games trying to cater to an audience that's not going to buy it, or they're just too many.
Trying to be like Fortnite. Not realizing
Not
that
what people are
everybody who
asking for.
plays
Yeah,
Fortnite already has Fortnite, and they're just gonna play more Fortnite.
yeah, it's sort of like
Fortnite.
that.
They're
That's why
gonna play
people are.
Fortnite while you Fortnite. Hide so I can Fortnite as you Fortnite.
That's why people are pirating that to try it out and not fucking buying it to try it out.
Yeah.
Hulu and all this stuff. Instead of getting a membership to see if that show's good, they're just pirating it to see if it's worth a damn.
Yeah,
And
maybe
then
they'll
they'll
buy
wait.
the Blu-ray if it comes
Yeah,
out.
and then they'll buy the Blu-ray and DVDs when they come out, and that's when they'll say, "Yeah, this is worth the buy." But even then, that's still not saying that. Even then, it's still not worth getting Netflix and
Yeah,
Hulu
it's
anymore.
like I'm not watching The
Like,
Last
are
of
we
Us
really
on
gonna
HBO Max. Because
two shows that come to mind?
The Last of Us is not worth subscribing to HBO Max for.
No.
No.
Like, it's a good show, but it's not like HBO Max is basically fucking worthless at this point. Because there's nothing.
There's a lot of
on it.
shows and episodes.
Like they've killed off.
Like they went
a
from
bunch of
DC,
great
they went
content.
from Max, and then they started removing not only entire shows and movies, but entire episodes, which don't make sense in the least. Like, how sad is it that the only two shows on Netflix that come to the top of my head that are worth watching is a show based off of the fucking Karate Kid and an anime about how a former Yakuza member is trying to make his wife happy.
Cobra Kai didn't
And
even originate on Netflix. That was something they rescued from YouTube Red.
This is on Netflix. Yeah, like this was originally a YouTube Red show. Then Netflix bought it. It's like, dude, you should not have only two shows for me to watch to have me subscribe to your fucking streaming services. Move on.
Yep, moving on.
So, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, has failed to break into the top 15 streaming programs of 2022. Isn't even most streamed Prime Video series. So, to all those people who said that hate watching that show would make it popular and get it renewed, first off, it was going to get renewed regardless of whether people watched it or not, because that's how these things work. They make a season, think, oh yeah, this is good, greenlight it for 2 seasons, and then they make a second season, and then it gets canceled. If people get the word out that it's bad quick enough.
By the way,
people got the word out that this was bad fairly quick,
your...
despite what people insisted was going to happen if people hate watched it to review it. And then people hate watched it to review it, and it turned out to be the worst thing ever. And granted, it was like, oh, I could have told you that. Could you really have told us that? And you couldn't have told us that with certainty, and people wouldn't have believed you. Like, this isn't about trying to do things for your own personal benefit. This is about informing the regular viewing public about, like, is this worth watching? Is this worth their time? And it's not.
You know, Clay Claymore still never responded to your tweet at it, Alex.
Well, Clay Claymore never responds to anything I say, I don't think.
He only responds to, like, people he sees as easy targets, and you're not really an easy target for him, I guess.
Oh, no, I'm far too stubborn for that.
He knows that if he responds to you, he'll get destroyed. I mean, he blocked Ace Salieri on Twitter like 2 years ago, and he didn't think that people would see that he blocked Asa after a huge argument they had on Twitter 2 years ago. Like, he blocked Asa, and even one of Clay Claymore's supporters said, "Sorry, Clay, that's a bitch. That's a fucking bitch move." Blocking Asa. You want to shit talk him? Fine. He definitely needs to be taken down a peg, but block. What he did was he pulled an invisible crane.
Boy, that's when even your own sycophants are coming after you about this stuff. If you're a real fucking loser, that's when you know it.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I don't think we've even seen Clay Claymore and Invisible Crane together. I think Clay Claymore is Invisible Crane's alt.
I
What do you think, Gizmo? That's why he won't show his face or use his voice.
I'm
Clay
wondering why
Claymore
they have.
used to record his own voice.
but
Really?
no, he won't even use a mic.
He's
Wait,
a
wait,
fucking
wait.
coward, man. He's a dumbass too. The moment
He used to record his own voice, Alex? Shit.
Yeah, it was a long fucking time ago.
When was this, dude?
I don't remember.
what does he sound
Holy
like?
shit,
I don't
dude.
remember. It's been like 3 years.
I've never, like, the most I've seen him do was use, like, voice clips from TV shows and movies and using 15 AI
Ooh.
overduck. I'm not sure if he uses fake you or not, but
Dude, the moment I told him to just get a mic, he was like, "Oh, why don't you get help for your porn addiction?" I'm like, "Dude, how do you stop? How do you stop?
He's actually
how do you
like
say
stop
that
fucking
to you?
deflecting?" And
he tells me to go to the gym, and just for me criticizing his lack of usage for a mic.
Clay Claymore needs to get on my level.
he won't. He knows he'll get destroyed if he does.
And now my Ralt has turned into a
I'd
Curlia.
love to see what he'd levy at me about that. Like, just for the sake of it. And it's like, what ludicrous criticism would he come up with?
You know what? I'm gonna name this as Curlia since it's a dude, but it looks like a lady.
Steven?
Aerosmith.
Dude looks like a lady. That.
Did you say you were gonna nickname him Steven?
No, I'm nicknaming him Aerosmith.
So apparently, the Xbox 360 store is going to be removing a bunch of content from it. But that's only from the Xbox 360 store that you can access via the original Xbox 360 consoles. You can still purchase it via the website and the Xbox One and the Xbox Series S and X. So that's pretty cool.
You
I
mean
didn't
the
know-
shit box?
I did not know that the Xbox 360 marketplace was still open.
how would you know? How would you not know? They didn't make an announcement. They're shutting it down.
I just didn't know that it was open. I didn't think that it got shut down. I just thought, well,
Unless they make an announcement where they say, "Oh, we're shutting down the marketplace," then yeah, they're gonna shut it down.
you know, the 360 is like
Shitbox
18
360.
years old now.
Right, but people still play games from it. That's the
Gizmo, it's the Shitbox 360.
Let's see here. Games being
They're not gonna get the
removed.
joke.
Left 4 Dead 2, Limbo, Lost Odyssey, Mass Effect 2, Monopoly Deal. Like, this is all stuff I have in other places. This Aegis Wing
but
is a
here's the
free
thing,
game.
though.
I have Advanced Warfare and Ghosts already. You know, like most of this stuff is
I
things
like
that
them.
I own, and the rest of it's
Let's
still
say I never
available
had
if you buy it on the Xbox One and Xbox Series X. So, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's annoying that you have to play it and play them on Xbox One or Xbox Series because they go
Oh, you
into
don't
a
have to
360
play them
mode.
on there. You just have
No,
to
I
buy
get
them
it,
on
but
there.
you have to go into a 360. Let's say you were to play, I don't know, the 360 version of Saints Row 3, right? And you just want to play it on your Xbox.
So if you like the Xbox
After
360
downloading it,
versions
you
are
play
still
it. They're
playable.
still playable, but what I'm saying is it's annoying
Yeah, but I always bought this stuff
Go
on,
into this
on
360 mode.
Like I'd load the Xbox website up on my PC
Give you the
to browse the
every time you play a
store
360
anyways.
game. What I'm trying to say is that it will force you to be into this Xbox 360 mode, and
360.
What?
it's Xbox 360 mode, and it'll give you very limited things to do with it. You cannot talk with anyone. You cannot stream. You cannot fucking play with anyone. You cannot do anything with anyone, or even by yourself for that matter, except get out of 360 mode by basically not play the game, or just go back to the game you're playing. This is basically the Wii mode on the Wii U. It doesn't really.
I mean,
This is basically the Wii mode on the Wii U. It's
you
not.
can still play it on the 360.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that's the main problem. What if I don't have a 360? What if let's say I never had a 360?
I should have never gotten the
What's the
360 to
problem,
begin
then?
with. The 360 is shitty.
With a ton of Xbox One games.
Xbox 360.
And what's more annoying is
it's not being removed from the Xbox One store.
the Xbox One. Dude, what I'm saying is that I'm forced to use a 360 mode that's pretending to be a 360 when they could just, play the fucking thing on the console and not, do this very gimmicky thing.
I mean, it's there. Well, there is another thing that we could talk about.
Just give me the option to save it on. Why not just give me the option to save it on the console like any other game? Like, I'm not a cloud guy. I'm not a cloud guy.
Gizmo, your
Should delete it on the cloud.
Again.
Okay. There's a few problems that make it a big deal why I don't think it's a good idea to play 360 games on your Xbox One or your Xbox Series consoles. And it's because those two things heavily outweigh the pros of whatever that it may have. Sure, you can play a ton of 360 games. Sure, they're backwards compatible with the physical discs, but at the same time, not only am I forced to go into a Xbox 360 mode, similar to how I have to go into a Wii mode on my Wii U to play Wii games, physical, not the digital, but I'm also forced to use cloud saves and cloud saves only when the console itself is right there for me to use to store my save data. It literally gives me no option to select the console as a save state. It gives me no option to use a USB. It just tells me that if I want to play...
Yeah, if you load up the Xbox Series X in dev mode, you can actually get around that. Because there's
I'm annoyed by this is because cloud saves have been getting a ton of shit kicked in, such as getting hacked or a lot of accidents happening. The hacking I can deal with because who the fuck knows me, or who the fuck knows me enough to want to go after me. But there's a lot that could go wrong with cloud saves. Right. The only reason I will have something deleted from my physical memory is if I choose to, or something happens to go wrong with the memory. And that's a very, very, very high bar. Because unless that thing's hit with a damn dump truck, or I decide to put it underwater, that thing is not going anywhere, and there's nothing happening to it. With cloud, literally anybody can try and hack the thing. Anybody can try and do a password reset. Anybody can access the cloud and probably have me reported or something for something I didn't do or miscommunicated and ban me and delete my gaming library if they choose to. Give me the
Okay.
option to save on the console. I shouldn't have to be forced to save with cloud.
Like the modding in Xbox Series X is literally built into
Some
the
gimmicky.
system. So just load up the system in dev mode, and it'll work exactly the way you're saying. Like there's even a
Why would I have? Why should I have to load up a mode just to do this?
I mean, you could just play it on the Xbox 360. You can still download all of the old games on there, or you just can't buy some of them on there.
True, but there's a lot of things that can happen. Whether it be I never had one, or maybe it breaks because of a
but
red
if you
ring
don't
out of
have
nowhere.
an Xbox 360, this news doesn't affect you.
No, I'm just annoyed. They're not giving you options. Even
Guys,
if you don't
can we
have
move
one.
on from this topic
Yeah,
already?
we
I'm
can
getting
move on
bored.
because this is not a productive avenue of discussion. So
No, it's not.
Ozzy
Anyway,
Osbourne is retiring from touring. The
Kind of
Ozman is apparently not doing too hot.
no, he's not.
Although to be fair, he has snorted more cocaine than atoms exist in the universe.
You survived longer than Lemmy.
He outlived fucking Ronnie James Dio. And that still baffles me. Like, Dio was like the healthiest guy in rock and roll. Well, he was the guy who like took care of himself better than anybody, and he died of stomach cancer.
So he went on to be the Holy Diver.
Down too long in the midnight sea. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not-
coming of me.
That song from South Park.
I'm just kind of training up my guy so that when we do, so that everybody will be evened up.
Yeah,
And
from-
I'm leveling my shaman from 29 to 39 to see how fast it can level.
From
through that
Ozzy's
bracket.
Twitter. This is probably one
Huh?
of the hardest things I've ever had to share with my loyal fans. As you may all know, 4 years ago this month, I had a major accident where I damaged my spine. My one and only purpose during this time has been to get back on stage. My singing voice is fine, however, after 3 operations, stem cell treatments, endless physical therapy sessions, and most recently groundbreaking cybernetics, my body is still physically weak. I'm honestly humbled by the way you've all patiently held on to your tickets for all this time, but in all good conscience, I have now come to the realization that I'm not physically capable of doing my upcoming European UK tour dates, as I know I couldn't deal with the travel required. Believe me when I say that the thought of disappointing my fans really fucks me up, and fucks me up is in all caps. And that tells you that Ozzy definitely wrote this himself, more than you will ever know. Never would I have imagined that my touring days would have ended this way. My team is currently coming up with ideas for where I will be able to perform without having to travel from city to city and country to country. I want to thank my family, my band, my crew, my longtime friends, Judas Priest, and, of course, my fans for their endless dedication, loyalty, and support, and for giving me the life that I never ever dreamed I would have. I love you all. Ticket refunds are available at the point of purchase.
Ah, that's sad.
Yeah. I just hope he's still playing World of Warcraft.
Probably taking
I
advantage
didn't
of that.
even.
broken-
Wait, he does? I just thought that was just
Ozzy?
a commercial he did.
No, Ozzy is one of the people who has a lifetime subscription to the game.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder what he thinks of Dragonflight. What he would think of Dragonflight.
Oh, that's easy. These are his exact words.
What?
Shit, I need more cocaine.
Anybody remember that time he appeared on Austin Powers?
Oh God!
Do you remember that
They
time he
just
appeared in the
used the
Ghostbusters
same
remake?
joke again, just like the last movie.
Watch that.
Anywho,
Ozzy Osbourne has been in a couple of movies, and very few of them have been good. He was in a movie called Trick or Treat, where he played a
oh, I thought you were-
televangelist.
Oh, I thought you were telling me he was in a movie called Wait, is it directed by Drunken Punk?
No, he was in a movie called Trick or Treat, and he played a televangelist, and the televangelist like railed against the evils of rock and roll. And that
That's
was kinda funny.
hilarious.
Gene
That's
Simmons
hilarious.
was also in that movie. He was a radio DJ.
Anywho, moving on. Bobby, the 30-year-old farm dog, is officially the oldest pooch of all time.
Holy shit.
Congrats.
That's impressive. Next, we have...
If only all dogs could live that long.
Yep.
Yep. Next, we have new details on Insomniac's Wolverine game. M-rated. Hard R is what they're going for.
Oh god, Wolverine.
Or
Say the N-word.
Insomniac is trying to avoid any links that evoke the Fox movies. Starts before he joins the
Insomniac.
X-Men. Release
That's probably
fall
a good idea.
2024 or 2025.
Well, you're
That-
seriously
all
going to
of
say we're
that
not
is
going to hear
good
that
news
Hugh
to me.
Jackman growl?
I hope they get
Insomniac.
Steve
Weren't
Blum
those
to do
the-
the voice.
Weren't those the guys
Yeah.
that made the Spyro games?
No, they were the
Yes.
guys who made the Spider-Man game.
Yeah, the Spyro games.
I don't
The
know
first
what the
three
Spyro
originals.
is, but it sounds purple.
Anyway,
Furry.
moving on.
I
Moving
ain't gonna
on.
read it
Scaly.
again.
With a very, very heavy heart, I've been asked to let everyone know about the passing of our friend and colleague Lanny Poffo, the genius. Rest in peace, Lanny, by a hacksaw Jim Dugan.
Again.
Yep.
Duggan.
Yeah.
Duggan.
You uncultured swine.
Whatever, man.
Up yours.
I'm gonna turn you into a pro wrestler one of these days, Kevin, and you won't be able to stop me.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Your
Once
tag
you add
team
it to your,
partner-
you'll be
your
in
tag
it.
team partner will be Don Cheadle.
Fuck that noise. Anyway,
Your referee of honor, it would be Stone Cold Steve
PlayStation-
Austin.
PlayStation Plus collection can't be claimed after May 9th.
Yeah, so they're killing the PlayStation Plus instant game collection. And, this is just making me not want to buy a PS5.
Yep.
Good thing I never did.
Yeah, good thing Silent Rob did, Gizmo.
Anyway, moving on.
And he defended the PS5 too, which is
Anyway, moving on. Wikipedia is doing
Yeah,
stupid
let
shit.
Let me take the reins on this one. So, at Wookofficial, Wikipedia on Twitter says, you may have noticed a new field popping up in our info boxes lately. Oh, I'm sorry, that's too masculine and commanding of a voice. You may have noticed a new field popping up in our info boxes lately. We are now listing characters' pronouns. It is always important to keep in mind that pronouns do not necessarily reflect gender, and by doing this, we will be more accurate and respectful. Hashtag Star Wars.
You fuckers.
Fuck the Wikipedia for this
Eat a
bullshit.
dick.
And then they immediately engaged in community requested vandalism of their own website
They
by
probably
adding.
already eat dicks on a bit daily basis anyways.
So, need Luke Skywalker to have they/he pronouns for at least 1 second, and then they posted a screenshot, and then a request. Wookman, can you make Anakin's she/he for 2 seconds? I think that meant she/her for 2 seconds, so I can make it my header. And then they did that, and then they did a bunch of other shit that I didn't bother taking screenshots of, but because I feel like the 2 examples I had were more than enough.
Yes. Anyway.
So, yeah, Wikipedia has become Wokipedia.
Yep.
Yep.
Anyway. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are reuniting with David Fincher to score The Killer. The film starring Michael Fassbender hits Netflix this year.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
And then we got some Gizmo news. And Stephen McCullough live streamed a pre-recorded video on YouTube on December
Got cut off.
18th.
Oh, I can hear him.
Stephen McCullough live streamed a pre-recorded video on YouTube on December 18th, 2022. The same night he is accused of murdering Natalie in McNally.
Yeah.
What on earth?
So a guy.
So what happened was the guy that wanted to kill her made a recording of himself streaming, or supposedly streaming, and decided to make a live stream and put up the video recording of himself, quote unquote, playing the game, so people will think he's actually there. And he would comment saying like, "Oh, I can't look at the chat because something went wrong, like a glitch or some shit," so he could try make people believe him. And so at that same time as that fake stream was going on, he would go and kill the pregnant woman on that same day. So in case anybody sees him, he has an alibi saying that no, I was streaming all day. So people would have to believe.
Why?
So if,
You can just not kill people, right? It's not
Right.
that difficult. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, I'm not killing anybody right now.
Well, I mean, I am, but I'm killing people in a video game.
Yeah.
Right. Anywho,
despite
I
what
think
Jack Thompson and Anita Sarkeesian would claim, I don't think that counts.
here's the thing: I think this guy is a lot more despicable than the guy that in Russia who killed his girlfriend.
Oh, you talking about Russian Deadpool?
No, well, yeah, because that guy did it on a whim. He didn't think that it would kill her at all, so he probably was just doing it for the views, getting clout. He didn't think.
Russian Deadpool was also an infamous male feminist.
Yeah, so he had no idea that would kill the girlfriend. So this guy, on the other hand, planned it all out. He planned everything. He wanted to kill her for.
Anyway, moving on. Old school YouTuber Waste Zero Time. I'm Nicotine Alien, and most knowingly, Armate A21 had unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
I'm not overly familiar with their content, but rest in peace. It's always a shame to see one of our own go.
I haven't really seen his video.
And then you list news below of civilian member of the Service Police Administrative aide Marcus Sparaccio had passed away. Funeral services are info are below. Oh, Marcus, you will be missed by the 109th Precinct family. Rest in peace.
He was in Asa's stream that one time, I think. I can't remember what stream it was, though.
Oh, boy.
Well, what a lot of people don't know about Marcus, though, is so his cause of death was actually had to do with an epileptic seizure. What people don't know is that he had to live with those all his life. Not many people knew that he had seizures, and that's why that was probably that's one of the reasons people theorize why he had.
Right.
So he had to keep trying to handle them. So yeah, it was understandable. But what made this a little more bittersweet is that he had a little interview with a guy called DZD, I believe, and he's at the end of the interview at the end of the Q&A, he said that he's bringing back the Armate character one last time as a send off, and now we're not going to know what those plans are. We don't know what could have been. We don't know what would have been. We don't know what should have been. We have no idea what he was gonna do before his death. Now, he was a funny fucking guy. He had the most unique voice, which I think added to how hilarious his rants and reviews were too. Most notably, his Nerf Arena Blast review, Games That Suck review series, and his time on the fail sessions when he was like doing commentary on bad game reviewers and let's players.
He's with Emmer now.
Yeah, unfortunate for him that he's
right
with him too. Like I was talking about this guy for a little bit before
It's
one of the more unexpected deaths.
Okay, so anyway,
Moving on.
And he is an
Western-
OG YouTuber too. Like he was with.
Oh, come on.
What he was.
Fucking Buzzbees.
anyway, moving on.
Yeah,
Western
so-
voice actors are unhappy that the English voice actress for Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury, a protagonist Suletta, is white.
Welcome to Earth. Welcome to the United States, rather.
Come to the dubbing company,
so-
bitch.
Who is this person? And, like, I'm looking at this character. She looks pretty goddamn white to me. Is this gonna be another one of those things where the wokies say that, like, Jewish and
Why do
Romani
they
are
hate
different
white
races?
people so much?
Like, people constantly bitch about how they have, like, a white actress playing, Scarlet Witch, even though, well, like, Scarlet Witch is half Jewish, and a lot of Jews are white.
Yeah, people keep forgetting white isn't really, a race.
Yeah.
There's
Why
a lot.
Why do
There's a lot behind
SJWs
that.
hate white people so much? I don't get it. Like,
There's
they
Irish. There's
it's annoying.
She only has a
They-
slightly darker skin in tone, and
very slightly though. It's like
Yeah,
it's
people like that make me
like it's
wish I would
fair.
have a
Also has
heart attack
bright red
already.
hair.
yeah. She has bright red hair and she has like only a slightly dark skin tone. For all we know, that's a tan.
People
And
I
complaining
haven't seen.
about
I haven't even
how
seen the
fucking
show
that
yet.
hero.
CH
Also-
Tarsha says, as we could sit
There's
here
like
and
a big-
argue through the merits of right for the role versus auto cast because of ethnicity, but let's also not pretend that the quality provided by minority actors is less than the equality of their peers. Inclusion gives us the ability to tell all the stories of our background.
Inclusion doesn't matter. I'm gonna say that flat out.
It
But
really
it's
doesn't.
Fucking irrelevant. The only thing that matters is the vocal cords behind the fucking microphone.
Exactly.
Samurai Jack is played by a black man. Nobody
Yeah,
cares.
he's played-
Yeah, but don't
yeah,
say
Phil
that
Lamar-
to him. He'll
Phil
hate
actually-
that.
Actually, Phil Lamar kind of deleted the tweet after he got rightfully called out for
Yeah,
it.
thank fucking God.
Yeah, now he's protected his Twitter too.
Of course he did.
What happened to you, man? You used to
One
be
second.
beautiful.
1 second, I need to check that.
Oh God. Now I'm playing on my road.
Why is the grass shiny?
Maybe there's a shiny.
Oh yeah, you're right. He did protect his tweets.
Yeah, I was talking to Gizmo about it the other week too, wasn't I?
I just wanted to verify that. That's all.
Here's
Yeah.
what I don't get. It's like here's what I
You cut out again, man.
it's,
Shit,
here's
we
what I
gotta
don't
get
understand.
Minnesota here,
There's
too.
gonna be no clear ethnicity of where these people are from, right?
Well, that's most fucking things that are set in space.
And yeah.
Big because like they're set in space, they're set in like a fantasy world, that kind of thing, and they'll still bitch that a black guy has to voice this person because he has sort of darker skin. It's like no, at that point you gotta shut the fuck up because this is a fantasy.
Actress who played Vasquez in Aliens wasn't even in Hispanic, but she did a damn good job.
Anyway, next we
They
have
call that brown face.
Kevin.
we have anime convention bans non-manga character cosplays.
You go fuck yourself. I think I have a
That
first
kinda makes
Amendment
sense,
that
though.
says-
Like I'm not in with this, but this kind of makes sense.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can see the reasoning. It's fucking
Right.
stupid, but I can see why.
Also, right.
Yeah, and Gizmo. Oh, I believe you've also brought up the thing where we have a short girl, who's actually in her 20s,
Oh yeah,
is
that
where
one.
some idiot thinks that it was child porn, even though she's like, "Oh, I'm 22. I'm sorry for being short." I'm like, Oh, these idiots.
It's a
Yeah.
recent thing that's going on. I don't know why exactly. So what happened was there are these two famous Twitter models that decided to take a picture together, posing
Yeah.
as two canon sisters from One Punch Man.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah,
them just happens.
Tatsumaki and her younger sister.
And the younger sister is much larger as a gag.
Also happens to be that short. Right. And so when they took the picture, people automatically thought she was too young. And and so it became this thing where the person that was in the photo, cosplaying as Tatsumaki, had to either remind them to read her bio or remind everybody that she's 22 and she's an
Short
adult.
people-
But
yeah,
what's
short
more
people exist.
RE started about this is that
I work with short people. Well, I've worked with multiple short people.
underage child, not an underage teenager, not just underage. She's an underage adult. Two
Well, they-
words that do not belong together.
No.
One of the arguments people were making is they'll like oh, if you're attracted to somebody like that, that's like pedophilia or something like
Which
that.
it's not.
That's another retarded statement because look, I've been with girls that
And
that are short. I've been with
that's
girls that are
also
short.
fucking body shaming, and I thought
That is
I
body
thought these-
shaming.
I thought these crazy SJWs were supposed to be against that, but
But no.
if a woman falls outside of their beauty standards, if a man falls outside of their beauty standards, it's all right. Right, but if God for fucking bid, and you say, hey, that you don't want to have sex with like pre-weight loss Rebel Wilson, oh, that's fat phobia, which I didn't even know was a thing until recently.
As if girls don't have enough trouble as it is when they're just going about their business. Like I had a friend in high school that was like,
That was short.
she's like half that size.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, I keep bringing this up, but there's a lady cop in town who is roughly
She wasn't
that
able to get
size.
Yeah, once we graduated, and once we graduated,
Hi, Rich Evans.
Anyway, moving on.
because of her short stature.
So,
In addition,
Ridley
Always thought that
Scott's
she was trying to
Gladiator
fake ID.
sequel is set to hit theaters in November of 2024.
yeah, in addition to the Passion of the Christ sequel that nobody asked for, there's also a Gladiator sequel that nobody asked for.
Of
I gotta
course.
say, Russell Crowe's looking a little bit rotund to play that role these days. Jim
Yeah.
Caviezel's still in great
Looking
shape.
rotund.
Like,
And then
Russell
this is
Crowe
a
ain't
sequel.
playing-
And then we
ain't
also
playing no
And then we
Gladiator.
also have HBO will air episode 5 of The Last of Us on Friday, February 10th instead of the Super Bowl Sunday. Okay.
I mean, I understand why. I'm glad they're doing it, but it's also like it's better than them just preempting it entirely and moving it off to the next week. But also, this is a streaming show. Why? Why are we bothering? Like, people will just
Why?
watch it after the Super Bowl or Monday.
Yeah. Anyway, at IGN, and I see what Electronic Arts has reportedly canceled Titanfall Legends, a secret single-player project set in the world of Titanfall and Apex Legends.
This is a surprise. This is Electronic Arts we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
You'd
Anyway,
think that would be a license for them to print money, and considering that Titanfall 2 was really popular, and Apex Legends is doing all right, I think.
Anyway, Murphy Brown actor Charles Kimbrough dies at 86.
You're gonna
I don't know who that is,
Murphy
but
Brown
rest
is.
in peace. Also,
Yeah,
not
And Gizmo, I did tell you to move the message that you posted up below that to discussion and or debate.
Yeah, I did, but I put it in here because I thought it would be a nice topic to discuss.
No.
apparently the creator of G Shade, an influential. This is by via crazy-ass moments in Final Fantasy XIV history, the creator of G-Shade, an influential shading program that has been a crucial tool for many G-posers in Final Fantasy XIV, injects code in a recent update that would force restart the computer of anybody who was found to be using it, quote-unquote, improperly. Said creator did this due to a personal feud.
That's
Hello, Knight. Anti-tampering code is not unusual in proprietary software. It is impossible to trigger that code by running the G-Shade installer as a normal end user in any fashion. You must call the individual functions of the app from an external third-party program designed to utilize the functions in a clandestine fashion. Whatever the fuck that means. This was meant to be a lesson to you, specifically about taking this approach to the problem. Anything could have been in the payload, and you'd have been responsible for distributing it to people and triggering it. I chose a restart specifically because I wanted something that was still completely harmless, but still more noticeable than a quick process kill. Consider it similar to what anti-cheat software does if something particularly bad pops up. How fucking
The way you were
dare
reading that, you sound like... Dude. The way you were reading that, you sound like an auctioneer.
Oh, thank you. But seriously, how fucking dare you, dude? This is, there was a Sonic the Hedgehog fan game that did something like that, because apparently they did a bunch of original sprites for it, and they didn't want anybody to be able to use it for their own thing, so they made, like, an always online DRM for it, and it was, like, so malicious that it would, like, delete part of your operating system. I think some ordinary gamers did a video on it, and it would fuck you up if it registered that you were using it in a... Yeah, it would fuck you up if it registered that you were using it in a virtual machine. So somebody had to go to some severe lengths to try and get that game to work outside of the intended operating parameters, just to see what the fuck it was after a certain point, because I think it stopped working on certain updates of Windows.
Anywho, I believe that covers everything.
Well,
Unless you want to talk about the lantern rings.
Or how Silent Rob doesn't want to slum it up with us poor folk.
I don't know who Silent Rob is all that much, so I can't hardly blame him.
Anyway.
We're not that clout hungry. If we were, we'd be covering Hassan Piker videos, but that would also make us want to kill ourselves.
I'm calling
Hassan Chop! Every time I hear the name Hassan Piker, I'm reminded of that one Looney Tunes video. Looney Tunes thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Hassan Piker's a bitch.
So because the news topics have been getting kind of
he can suck
stale lately, because we've been cycling through similar ones for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I got one.
That we introduce something else. Random
I got
topics.
one. I got a news topic.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
Chris Boers.
What?
Chris Boers' show is being picked up by CBS, I think.
Oh yeah, we talked about that actually. Chris Boers, who's the irate gamer, has a Ghost Hunters show that's getting picked up by CBS. I'm interested in watching that. I wasn't that big of a fan of the irate gamer back in the day.
Nobody
but
was.
as time's gone on, I've kind of grown to like him. I find it strange that I'm even saying that, given that I was practically in some way raised by the Angry Video Game Nerd. At the very least, I learned a fuck of a lot of shit about how to make videos from him.
Have you heard of the Irate Gamer Sucks blog, Alex?
Yes.
Wait, you know about that?
I know a lot about Irate Gamer contractors from back in the day.
Oh shit, yeah.
It was like when you linked me that video of Asa's of him talking about the Irate Gamer, I was like, wait a second, I've seen this video. I know that fat man.
And then like later when Asa decided to criticize AVGN, they all looked at him like, Judas!
Judas.
How dare you criticize the AVGN?
I mean,
like they got pitchforks and torches.
Some of the AVGN, and like when those when those other guys were working with him more often, and that was a little bit like, I won't say that the episodes were bad, but it was very clear that he was working on other stuff in the background and leaving the bulk of.
And not only that,
to
James
them.
Rolfe is now a father.
Yeah, and I couldn't hardly
He's been
blame
a
him, 'cause
father
he's
for almost a decade now.
well, yeah, but he also had like younger, even more young kids. It's because I think he has like 3 kids now. And so, well, he's got like a 10-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old, I think. And that's got to be hectic.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Do y'all think? Huh?
Go ahead.
Do y'all think James should have retired the AVGN character long ago?
Nah. Honestly,
Nah.
like, AVGN is fairly evergreen, and AVGN hasn't... Like, there has never been an unwatchable episode of AVGN. Like, even
And
the
he's also-
kind of weird ones are still pretty funny. You know, like that one that was based on Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, even though I didn't laugh at every joke in that like I used to back in the day, hey, I still... I like that. We can't play this. This is Donkey Kong Country.
Didn't Nostalgia Critic also do a Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas parody?
He also did a parody of The Wall.
Nobody likes that review.
No education.
We don't need no education, let the motherfucker burn. Or however that song goes. So, there was a debate topic. Actually, there have been several debate topics. And,
Ring.
hang on.
Ugh.
Okay, I gotta add Rupture here now. Because that is one of the crucial rogue spells that I have to use.
To think, world, we won't be having news topics for a good 2 weeks due to the fact that we'll be too busy trying to kill each other.
Shit, I wonder what the weather's like outside right now.
look out your window.
Yeah, I think we lost Gizmo.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay, because I thought I heard a.
So, Gizmo, how do you feel about us deciding to settle things in Smash after Alex and the company selected for Mario Party are finished?
Yeah.
Wonder if Jamie will win again. Will Alex ever win at a Mario Party?
By the way, Gizmo recommends Bible Black as one of the hentais to watch.
No.
Yeah. I'm serious. I'm serious. It legit has lore and shit.
There's a song called Bible Black.
Fuck that song. I don't know why, but fuck that song. I've never seen it. I never heard of it. I have nothing against it. Fuck that song.
Why?
Watch. There's like story. There's character. Just don't watch the fucking dub. Otherwise, you'll laugh your sides out.
Okay, what's with the
that's an
dub?
argument to watch the dub.
What's another hentai you recommend, Gizmo?
Okay,
Maybe
yeah, Bible
Alex
Black is
will
a
find
song by
somebody
Heaven
like-
and Hell from the album Devil You Know.
If you're into that extreme stuff, Kudoino. I think that's how you pronounce it.
You know who's
I'm
really
not talking
next-
like
Who's-
I'm not talking inflation or like snuff. Not that shit.
Okay, so let me just say,
Sorry,
Heaven and Hell is the basically the Dio era Black Sabbath revival.
Okay, I guess Metronome didn't work out well for Togepi.
Ah, shit. Yeah, now we really lost Gizmo.
Now, speaking of
Oh,
heavy
he's
metal,
back.
though. Speaking of heavy metal, though, Sam Smith gave a quote-unquote satanic performance at the Grammys, and as a metalhead, I feel like I need to call a cultural appropriation on this, because Sam Smith does not produce music nearly heavy enough to justify that kind of accoutrements on his performances.
And I think, Alex, for the next few weeks, we won't have news.
Oh, well, we better use it all up now.
But a lot could happen in 2 weeks.
Hang on. Let me get my time machine. Anyways, so we had a couple of debate topics, and I was going to see if there was a random debate generator. Actually, I'm going to do that now.
We're probably not.
I feel like the debates are going to be too simple.
Yeah, but this might not be that good a night to start this due to the fact that we had quite a few news to go through, and
this is a good one. Is pizza better than pasta? And I'm not going to. Okay, here's what I was going to say. I'm not going to have us take our actual positions on this, but okay. Hey, since Kevin's already ruined the game, go ahead and explain that, Kevin.
It just is better than pasta in every conceivable way.
You're gonna need to give me an argument.
Okay, there's actual substance within the pizza as opposed to pasta that just has noodle and sauce.
Okay. Do we have anybody who has an opposing opinion?
What's better?
Pizza is pizza.
Yes.
I feel like these are two entirely different food categories, my man. It's like
Italian food, so
yeah, but this is like asking like what's better, cereal or cake. I mean, like this doesn't make sense. Now, if you're asking what's better, like Snickers or Milky Way, that makes more sense. But this is how we're like asking, hey, what's better, apples or hamburgers? I'm like, what?
Okay, but you're violating the spirit of the debate.
I guess I would have to say pizza. You're able to like have more variety in terms of like toppings and like how you want it.
Pasta,
as much as I love,
yeah,
but with pasta, it's like what can you put on it? Meatballs,
vegetables. You can have it with
meatball,
chicken. You can have it with a cream sauce, a
garlic
sauce, a red
peppers,
sauce.
chicken, meatballs, and different kind of sauce. Pizza, you could literally put anything on it. You could go full Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on it if you wanted to. Yeah, pepperoni, sausage.
There are dessert pastas.
Why would you want a dessert pasta when you could just get regular dessert like a normal person? Because it's better.
Okay, yeah, you can make the same argument about dessert pasta.
They have dessert pizzas. They're at Pizza
There's a reason why there's pizza delivery, not spaghetti delivery.
There is spaghetti delivery, though.
Yeah, the Fazoli, DoorDash.
Domino's and Pizza Hut both have spaghetti delivery.
They have spaghetti.
Anyway, guys, it's actually getting late on my end, so I'm probably going to end the stream here and do an off-screen grinding before I get to this game again.
Yes.
So next time on Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, we will be making more progress with the plot.
Next time on Sonic the Hedgehog 4, I'm probably going to be trying to get this same goddamn Chaos Emerald again.
No, Mario.
Anywho, Toodles.
Yeah.
Damn, we're no longer live.
Oh, no longer live on your end. We're still live on my end.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna go now because, like I said, it's getting late and I gotta hit the hay.
Go away.
Yeah,
I thought you were doing small screen grinding first.
I saved the game.
Okay.
I'm trying to find silly debate topics and not stupid ones or ones that
post it up. He kept on refusing to. I had one posted up. It's just Kevin kept on refusing to even acknowledge it.
Well, no, I didn't
Mountain
acknowledge it
Dew
either. I
or
was
Mellow
hoping
Yellow?
the stream would last a little bit longer, but yeah, we'll save that one for next time, I guess.
Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
Mellow yellow.
We're cycling. I don't want a question about torture. I want stupid shit about... Okay, this one's for Adam Friended. Should kids have the right to vote?
Voting
No.
doesn't matter.
Kids will
Okay.
literally vote for a president.
Voting has not mattered in probably over a decade.
Oh, wow, now we're actually... I gotta shut off the picture-in-picture, because now we're restreaming one of my streams. Okay, next topic. That's irrelevant. Is dance a sport?
Yes.
I'd say so.
Okay, next.
Yeah, that didn't inspire anything.
Yeah.
Any countervailing thoughts?
Shit. Well, there were people who took dance classes and ballet to get better in sports. So
Yeah. That doesn't necessarily make it a sport, though, but, like, dancing by itself definitely can be a sport. Like, there's competitive elements to it, there's physical elements to it.
Moving on.
Yeah. Summer is better than winter.
no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Not in Tennessee, at least. No,
Not in
Tennessee
Mississippi.
summers are very, very harsh.
Yes.
Like even some days in the winter, I still have to keep an air conditioner on.
Yep, same here.
Where the fuck do you live?
Mississippi.
Wait, what was the topic?
Summer is better
Summer is
than
better
winter.
than winter. Jinx. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No jinx backs. Now Alex can't say shit unless we say his name.
Shit.
Winter's better.
Alright, well, I don't know exactly where Alex lives, so I can't punch him in the arm. Because he's jinxed. Oh shit, I just said his name. Fuck. Just like that, I already unjinxed him. Gizmo lives in California, so Gizmo says winter is better.
Up the heat.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Dogs
Gizmo
make
lives
better
in the
companions than cats.
same... Gizmo also
Yeah.
lives in the same state as Clay
And that-
Claymore.
That kind of depends on what you're after in a companion, I suppose.
Companion.
Like as a pet.
Yeah, a companion.
My 3 cats are sleeping right now.
Rock and roll is the best kind of music. I mean, sure, that depends on your
Yeah.
definition of rock, but sure. If we're talking like a modern Imagine Dragons quote-unquote rock, no. If we're talking like rock as it's typically understood, guitars in a rhythm
AC/DC.
section, sure.
AC/DC, Kiss, Ozzy Osbourne, The Who, fucking Weezer.
I mean, like you named off a couple of metal acts and acts that have produced metal, but at the same time, like
Elvis.
the difference between rock and metal is so nebulous that it really doesn't fucking matter. Like, people can be snobs about it all they want. And people are like, oh no, oh, I only listen to rock music, not metal, and it's like there's a fucking metal tag on that album you linked me. And like people, AC/DC says, yeah, we're not metal, we're high voltage rock and roll. Like, that was literally the name of one of their songs. But Amazon still classifies them in the metal section. And like, and there's metal bands that produce rock songs, rock bands that produce metal tracks. And it's so heavily tied together that it's trying to come up with a distinction is irrelevant. And then like you have stuff like the Who, the Mongolian metal guys, or Van Canto. Oh, and Van Canto is the a cappella metal band.
There's an a cappella metal band.
Yeah. Like I said, Van Canto. They're great. They did the cover of Master of Puppets I used in my Black Widow review. Because I figured Metallica are infamous for being strict copyright people. Well, and I didn't want Lars Ulrich breaking down my door and failing to play the drums on it.
Yeah, I think Silent Rob and Asa talked about them before too, about how
Razor Fist really hates Metallica too.
You know what's
Razor
really
Fist
funny,
can go fuck
guys?
himself about that. Metallica's fine. Like, I don't like Luke.
He doesn't like their
Nobody likes-
music, but he also doesn't really like them as people, considering what they do to people that
Okay.
even play like a second of their music.
Yeah,
Not
because
liking
like
them as people is one thing. Not liking them as musicians is a completely different thing. But that's mostly because he's this giant snob about what, like, if he doesn't like thrash metal, he doesn't like a lot of the hardcore genres, and that just leads to
Right,
him
but he at
outright
least acknowledges
dismissing
they're a
he's
type
Asa's
of metal.
buddy.
He at least
giant
acknowledges that it's a
swaths
type of
music.
metal. He's not like trying to condemn them for being different kinds of metal. Like, that's not metal. He
No,
acknowledges
but
they're metal.
he doesn't like post-hair metal Pantera. And it's like post-hair metal Pantera was fine. It's a different kind of music, that's all. Like, I
Van
get
Halen?
that you would prefer them to still be producing the hair metal that they originated as okay, that would be alright. But like, hair metal Pantera never would have produced Tens, and Tens is one of my favorite songs. That has largely to do with the fact that it was Broly's theme in his movie. But it's also just a really good song. Great Southern Trendkill is a great album. And if you want to bitch about stuff like that, well, I don't know how to help you.
But he's Asa's buddy.
I like how you
Everyone
saying
should
that.
plan their own funeral. I mean, if you want to, sure.
Well, they did become Asa and Razor Fist did become enemies for a while after Razor Fist took Ace Salieri's rebuttal to Why We Need a Wall very personally.
Huh. I haven't
I mean,
seen the rebuttal video. I should probably check that out because I thought that most of what Razor said in that video, those sounded alright, but there's some tismy
I
things
can
in there.
link them later in
Yeah.
the Who's Friends Talking Politics chat if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one more time. Animals shouldn't be used for medical research. Well, obviously, you can't use
they
Muppets
should.
for medical research.
Yeah, we need
They're
to
made of
let's save
felt.
permits.
Animal needs to go play the drums. Fuck.
Yeah. But you
Yeah,
know,
like, hate
about
Lars Ulrich
Metallica,
for the
didn't
fact
they?
that
Didn't
he
Metallica
fucked
get-
up the internet for a long time. Hate the guys from Metallica for how they treated Jason Newsted, and hate them for things
Didn't they
that are
get
reasonable.
famous for sharing fucking tapes?
I mean,
Yes.
yes, the
That's
Power
what I
Metal
was gonna
demo.
say a little while
The
ago.
Power Metal demo was how they got their fucking record deal.
Like, they got big by sharing fucking tapes, and now they're like, oh, you can't share our music anymore.
Yeah. By the way, James Hetfield never should have stopped singing the way he did on Power Metal. Well, because, like, honestly, I don't know what the fuck he was doing on some of those first couple of songs, because he sounded great on Power Metal. Oh, and he sounded. It took him like over a decade almost to reclaim him the sound that he had on that demo. Oh, and him and Dave Mustaine were both singing on that demo. Oh, and that was fucking amazing. And that would have actually probably turned out pretty good if they wound up recording Kill 'Em All with Dave, but that didn't happen. So software piracy is not really a crime. This is not a matter of debate. This is a matter of fact. Like, if you think software piracy is a crime, I'm sorry. Hey, Lars Ulrich, you can go fuck yourself.
I guess mods shouldn't be a thing then for video games.
Well, PC mods are
And
not.
what?
PC mods are not the same as software piracy, but yeah, software piracy is not a fucking.
You
crime.
could argue
In
that,
some
but
cases,
it
it
is.
winds up being the only way that games are preserved.
You could argue that mods are, though, considering there are people who will take like entire models of a character and put them in another game or some shit like that.
Eh.
Like they would probably use something like that, like, oh, you can mod Super Mario Brothers to appear in Left 4 Dead, and he's shooting RoboCop's gun, and the car that you have to rescue isn't the Ferrari,
Well,
it's
that
the
would apply
Batmobile.
that would apply if you're using ripped models, but it wouldn't apply if you're using original models. And those original models are pretty easy to create these days, and you'd have to have.
But you still have to learn how to.
Things like that.
You still need to learn the in and outs of that, though.
Oh yeah.
Didn't
But even
Blizzard
then, and it's
also anybody remember when Blizzard tried to shut down private servers and actually managed to get a really big one successfully shut down?
Oh yeah, they're idiots. They're still are.
Hilarious.
That's like one of the biggest fucking mistakes they could have ever done.
Yeah, and we weren't even allowed to discuss it on the WoW forums, because any talk of private servers was not allowed.
Yeah, because why would anybody ever want to have their own version of WoW from before it sucked?
See, these are the same guys who, wait, is Diablo owned by Activision?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the same guys who had that guy ask, do you guys not have phones? Are we really surprised by this?
And in response to, years ago, somebody was asking Blizzard, do you have plans to add WoW expansions as they were then? And this guy was saying, no, you don't want that to do that either. You think you do, but you don't. And the way John Trump made fun of them was hilarious too. You don't want that to do with it.
I get what he was trying to say there, but at the same time, if there are this many people asking for the DLC to just go back a certain version, then that tells you something about your modern DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when they finally decided in 2017, okay, we're gonna bring back WoW Vanilla. Why did they take 2 fucking years to bring it to make the fucking thing again? Because private servers
it's Activision Blizzard and they are run
high quality
by
private servers took less than 6 fucking months.
This is why I'm always a little irky.
multi-million-dollar company takes 2 fucking years? Are you shitting me?
It's shit like this that makes me always second guess why MMOs need a paid subscription in the first place.
Yes, exactly. That's why whenever I play on WoW, I play private servers. Because Blizzard, their business practices are fucking stupid.
The only MMO I think I'll ever pay for is Final Fantasy 15, and that's because
Final
you
Fantasy
don't
15
hear.
isn't an MMO. Are you talking about 14?
Is it 14? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's 14. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. I always confuse it too. It's 14. The only one I'll pay for is 15 if I ever get the chance to, because there has been
16,
almost
you
no
mean.
controversy. Oh, I throw you.
15
Ay.
is not an 15 is not an MMO. 15 is a single
15.
player
I said
game.
14 again.
Yeah.
You said 16.
Yeah, 16 is going to be an MMO.
There's another Final Fantasy MMO going on.
Yeah, I don't
What's
know
it-
why.
Is it going to be based off of the fantasy aspect from like before 7, or is it
Or
going
the
to be
final
like
part.
more? No, but here's the thing though. There's like two different Final Fantasies. There's like the fantasy aspect that they heavily, like that they heavily rely on, and then there's ones where it's
Cyberpunk?
heavily relies on realism or like some sort of like
Steampunk?
steampunk, whatever
Yeah,
gadget punk
punk.
they get decide to choose. You like, I'm talking like 7, 8, 15. I got it right this time.
Oh, you said
13.
steampunk. I thought you said CM Punk.
Like
That
I'm saying
wrestler
gadget
that
punk
Alex
because it's
always
not just
hated.
Steam they're using. Like stuff like 7, 8. I was gonna say 9. That's more fantasy based. 13. I was gonna say 14. 15. That kind of those kind of games. I feel like if they could probably pull it off with like those kind of universes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, imagine how cool it would be to see the PlayStation era monsters in an MMO. I mean, holy shit, some of the designs are awesome. But like I said, the only MMO I'll ever probably pay for is 14 because there's like little to no controversy behind them.
None. No.
Like you'll never hear anyone bitch about that game unless it's them like needing to pay for a subscription. It's
Yeah.
always like it's always World of Warcraft. It's always EverQuest. It's always like
Yeah.
DC Universe Online. It's always stuff like that.
DC Universe Online was
You
weird.
never hear anything. It's
And
still
I'm
up,
playing
and
a
there's still
single player mod of WoW right now.
you'll hear people bitch about Champions Online too. Which, oh my fucking god, I am not gonna make a character if you're gonna hide most of the fucking custom features behind a goddamn paywall. Kiss my ass.
I'd rather pay the developer I'd rather pay the people who are developing the NPC bots or the player bots for World of Warcraft right now than I would Blizzard because, to my knowledge, these developers have never they don't suck China's dick. They
Oh yeah, that's another
didn't
problem
take
I have.
2 fucking years to bring back legacy content, whereas private servers took less than 6 fucking months to do that, and they did it better than Blizzard did too. Many private servers also have better anti-cheat than fucking Blizzard. Like, take Warmane for example. Warmane is one of the biggest populated private servers on the internet right now.
Okay.
Like, there's like over 10,000 people playing on that server during peak time. And Warmane has far better anti-cheat than any of Blizzard's servers do. If you try to speed hack on a Warmane server, you'll just get placed back to where you were before you moved. And then if you try to use the teleport hack, you'll be placed back to where you were before you teleported anywhere. And fly hacking doesn't work. You can't wall climb. You can't no clip. Like, Warmane has some very good ironclad anti-cheat. But Blizzard, you can do all of that stuff pretty much.
Here's
Which is
also
just sad.
Here's what I'm also gonna do. There's a lot of modern MMOs out there. I'm gonna tell you what to play instead because
Okay.
there's always Champions Online. Fuck it. Go for the private servers of City of Heroes Online. If RuneScape 3 ain't your thing, there's classic and then there's old school RuneScape. Those are good. Let's see here. Final Fantasy 14 still not your thing. There's the Final Fantasy online game that's based off the PlayStation 2 version that somehow got an online server. Oh, let's see what else is there. WoW. Yeah, that's obvious. You could go for the private servers.
Yeah, or the single player mod like I'm playing right now. Oh
Right.
shit, I forgot to stop the timer. Fuck. Okay, the
There's
road got
Fusion.
to...
There are private servers for Fusion Fall, which is an MMO based off of Cartoon
Fusion
Network
Fall,
licensed characters.
That's a lot. That's a name I haven't heard in a long fucking time.
Yeah, there's private servers for that now.
Yup.
Let's see, I know there's another one that's escaping me. Oh yeah, Matrix Online
Is that
is
a private
slowly. Yeah, they have private servers. They're slowly getting things in order. Let's see what else. Pokemon
That's cool
3D.
because that was a mission critical game. Like it apparently continued the plot of the Matrix.
If you're not into the Pokemon MMO that's on right now, there's a 3D version of the Pokemon MMO.
Oh, quick question. Either of you guys hear about Power Rangers Online?
No,
MMO?
Joseph may have heard of it.
Yeah.
Is it Power Rangers MMO?
No.
Ah!
There was an attempt to make a Power Rangers Online game. Okay, so Power Rangers Online is a South Korean game based on Super Sentai, which airs in South Korea under the title Power Rangers. They attempted to greenlight it, but the game is closed. So, yeah.
I mean, it's Korea. I think that would.
Released in America on Steam Greenlight. That didn't happen.
Well, it's Steam Greenlight. You know, your chances were very slim.
Well, this was first off Power Rangers, so it was pretty much guaranteed. But the thing is, it was a 2D MMO.
What?
Yeah, I still
No
have
wonder.
all of the assets from the page. I think somewhere, like how there's a Power Rangers fan film that never surfaced, but yeah, yeah, I gotta go.